Anyway, somebody said please the lady, so very well. And we see TBW coming in with the Rampage, so let's go on a Rampage. I'm going to add some numbers just in case. Feels like Rampage is an easy seed to do too often. Counting is... Oh, Dark Young, taking the low blows when he can. Alright, let's go with you. Alright, let's go going with the Glasgow lady. What can she achieve? Well, she could probably achieve a few things with 100 gold in her pocket. Depends on the placement of the shops. I spy a relatively early shop right there. Here are the rest sites, and here are the elites. There is a forced early elite. Seems like the safest thing would be to take the elite that's after the upgrade. Leads to a 2 elite fight with no... a 2 elite act with no shopping is unpleasant. So we can go here and then decide if we want to go shopping before the elite, advanced fighting before the elite with an upgrade, or rest if needed, or we go balls to the wall with you. Either of the left options deny us a shop. This is all really rather unpleasant. Yeah, nasty act layout. The only way to get 3 elite act is by taking on El Spicy without an upgrade. I still say we go this far and then see what's waiting for us. We could lose all gold, forgo that shop, but that shop might have the potions that we need to push through the elite. Like, if we get this far, no good damage, no potions, then we probably go here and then here. That's easier with gold, but the rare colorless card could be Apotheosis. Rare colorless has some excellent options for silent. What are you talking about? The bomb, because I do love the bomb. I was wondering how you came to dislike the Watcher, says Aberdeen, which is kind of like Aberdeen. Just don't like her. I don't like her cards, I don't like her strategies, I don't like her synergies. Just not much I like about her at all. Don't like stance dancing. I don't like her balance either. Her cards are pretty unbalanced. She is by far the most powerful character, but she's also more technical, so it's less challenge, but also more thinking, so less fun. I don't get any enjoyment out of playing Watcher. The other 3, however, I get immense enjoyment playing as, so simple option for me, don't play as the one I don't like. I don't have anything to prove in this game. Undecided between these 2. Taking the gold makes me more flexible, and this could be a complete dunce. But I also don't particularly want to take this route either. Could be Hand of Greed, could be Magnetize. Alright, let's take the mystery box. Could be Hand of Greed indeed, and that's a nice chunky damage card for the Watcher. It also is Magnetism. Let's go Hand of Greed and possibly upgrade it here, and then farm the sentries. Let's go, Desro. Ah, Hand of Greed. And in fact, I could immediately play the Hand of Greed, which is probably a good idea because hurting the Jawworm is difficult. I'll just take the damage. Silent can have a really, really nasty time with the Jawworm. But now the Jawworm is ready to die. Didn't actually need to take that damage at the start then, because Hand of Greed is right here. Let's just be absolutely sure you're dying one way or the other. Hand of Greed, please. Okay, that's fine. We get an off turn for it. And we're guaranteed Hand of Death. Money! Potion! Not a great potion, but potion. And options. Slice is nice. 6 damage, no frills. 0 cost cards are nice when we have this big heavy Hand of Greed. It's just not a tremendous late game card. Deflect's a bit blah. Heal Hook. I mean, it's like Dropkick for the Ironclad. But I feel like Silent has a bit more of a hard time making those kinds of infinites because she can't exhaust cards so easily. In fact, can she exhaust cards at all with her standard deck? I'm trying to think of any Silent card that says exhaust on it. As in, exhaust another card. I think I take the Slice. It's uncomplicated added damage when we need some uncomplicated added damage. And our event is healing, also possibly a curse. But the odds that we could remove that curse are not nothing, actually. We could take the curse, we could Hand of Greed here for 20 to bring us up to 59, And then we need only mid-roll the gold, and then we can remove it. But that's already too many conditions. Let's just take the healing. Heal 11 or heal 5 with the max. Silent can have a really, really bad time in Act 1. Our fight is against the Hexaghost. I think we take the full heal and we aggressively go into the left path. And we can still chicken out at this point. Let's be aggressive. Could be the mask as a relic. The mask? Which mask? The mask? Like, somebody stop me. Alright, definitely going to Hand of Greed this guy. Even if I have to take a bit of damage, and I shouldn't have to take a bit of damage for it, aside from this one, but this one is fine. Don't hurt me. Instead, just freaking die. Hopefully draw Hand of Greed here, otherwise we might be taking something. Hey! Could remove the curse. Leg sweep, weakness, block. Pretty good. Doesn't go well with drawing Hand of Greed together with it, though. It does help in delaying into Hand of Greed. Doesn't work so well with Gremlin Orb. Works really well with Luggy. Flying Knee, good setup for Luggy. Leg sweep not so hot against sentries. Flying Knee maybe a bit hotter. Oh, you mean the mask to remove things? I suppose. I don't know what the relic pool is in that event. It's probably just all of them. Yeah, the knee is good. It's better damage than a strike and it gives us energy. But we've got Hexaghost coming up and I would like some way to weaken my foes. I mean, Leg Sweep's just a really good card in general. Get in here. Cease that. You simply die. And then we take no poiv damage. I know what you're thinking, Jake. You should have gone for Hand of Greed on that little dude, and maybe you're right. But I don't want to take damage. Actually, that was silly. I should have gone Hand of Greed. Oh well, I can keep you weakened if nothing else. Boom. Some gold. Ah, whoa. Okay, right. Now we are enjoying some options here. Corpse Explosion has some nasty counter synergy with Hand of Greed, because it blows up my targets without me being able to Hand of Greed them. On the other hand, it's a really powerful card. Blade Dance is also powerful. Poison also delectable. Huh, I would honestly take all here. But, you know, there's no take all option in this game. Corpse Explosion solves the sentries. I even could target the lowest hit pointed sentry, Corpse Explode it, and then hold out for Hand of Greeding the other ones, but that is very greedy. Odds are I'd take damage waiting for that to happen. If it's the Knob, the Blade Dance is the go-to choice. We don't have any poison short of our potion, so we could just forgo the poison route entirely. It's just poison is a very good answer to Hexaghost. You get a lot of turns, stacking up poison against them is pretty good. But the Blade Dance is 12 damage, 1 energy, which is pretty damn good. There's a lot of scaling options with it as well, of course. It's just that Corpse Explosion is so good down the line. Unbelievably good down the line. Blade Dance. My kinsman would insist that we use the Dark Arts anyway. Should focus the Fungal Beast that's buffing up here. Now it's in Hand of Greed range anyway. But if Hand of Greed doesn't appear and they're both attacking me, I would really like a way to just kill it anyway. I mean, it already dies pretty easily. Have some faith. Have some greed. Tough decision point. Shiv deck or poison deck? Yeah, it is a tough decision. So this is kind of what I was worried about. Do I kill you and then just have a single Hand of Greed? With the lineup coming here and the fact that there is no money payoff until the next act, I value the Hand of Greeding considerably less. That said, I should have hit you so that I'd be able to kill you with with greater ease. Currently I've only got 13 block, huh? It's fine. I'll take my 1 and still get my hand of greed. You know that's not true, Dark Young. I have 1 with pure shiv. Even though there were 3 copies of Nauseous Fumes, it was still pure shiv. Sneaky Strike doesn't play so well. In fact, none of this plays particularly well. Last chance of saying, are you sure you don't want poison here with Poison Stab? Relatively sure. I think we just skip this. Alright, with all this health, with these 2 potions, with these cards, I think we can make this happen. It's Luggy. Perhaps my worst matchup here, because I don't have anything to set up. Although the leg sweep plays particularly well against him. I could just wake him up immediately. In fact, this is a pretty good hand for the Blessing of the Forge. The Slice does more damage, the Hand of Greed gets more gold, we have better defense cards being shuffled back in, and we know that we're going to have plenty of weakness and block and stuff coming up. Yeah, I'm willing to do this right now. Wakey, wakey, eggs and jakey. Yeah, doing 35 off the get-go is pretty good. Leg sweeping is also pretty good. Could survive it for more, but this thing needs to die, so let's just take some damage to do some damage. Take 5, move along, keep you neutralized, although the neutralize doesn't actually do anything. Take another 6, and then hopefully... Alright, is Hand of Greed even feasible at this point? With all those upgraded cards, you'd have to think maybe. I can keep you neutralized for another turn as well, which is nice, but... Dealing damage is going to prove a little difficult. Yeah, this could get grim. Didn't have a good draw there. 2 wasted energy. Hand of Greed is 23. Strike plus is 7. So he dies with these 2 cards. But if we miss either of those cards, then we're in trouble. So do I strike? Costs me 6 to mitigate that risk. Alternatively, it can cost me a potion. Gonna mitigate the risk. Of course, if Hand of Greed bottom decks, which it would never do. It would never do such a thing. Give me my smegging money. Of course, Hand of Greed isn't enough on its own, but it has a bit of help. Oof, rough fight. Oh, spectacular reward. Meat on the bone. We can cruise on low health and keep healing it back. We get a replacement potion. Piercing Well and Backflip, both pretty good. Piercing Well probably a bit better against Hexaghost. Yeah, you never regret having one of these in your deck. And we don't really have draw synergy currently. Resting would be nice. Upgrading Hand of Greed would be nice. Big chunky damage becomes even bigger and chunkier. Could Gremlin Orb kill me? If it's Gremlin Orb, I probably just double potion. Get me the Hand of Greed upgrade. It's very greedy. Like I said, there is no payoff for this money unless I stumble into a random shop. Odds are not high of that. Oh well. It is the knob. There's a turn 1 Hand of Greed, so... That's not bad damage. Now, do I poison him or not? The poison is going to be at least 11 damage. But do I kill him without that? What are we looking at here? With him vulnerable, let's assume we draw all of this. Let's make an assumption that we don't bottom deck any damage either. It's 9, 9, 9, and... yeah, what is this anyway? 6 times 3 for 18. So that's 5 9s, basically. Barely enough. We don't need the poison, but we might want the poison just in case we bottom deck any of this stuff. Yeah, don't kill yourself here. Gremlin Orb is Silent's worst matchup by far in general. Oh. Okay. Okay, not worried. Haven't been worried in my life. Let's not start now. And I can block 8 without too much bother. Meat value? Oh yeah, do consider the meat value. I want to be at 33 health. So I want to take 5. He's currently dealing 6. Can I make him deal 5? Wait, is that true? I want to be on 33. So I actually want to take 6 damage. He's currently dealing 6 damage. Funny the way things work out. But I have to kill him next turn. So Blade Dance has to not bottom deck or else I'm in deep doo-doo. Alright, well, no deep doo-doo for me, right? I was never worried. Easy fight. Nunchaku. Works well with the spamming of shivs we're going to do. Replacement potion is lovely. And last time I went with a backstab build, it worked out tremendously well. Love the backstab. Now, where's my dead branch to go with my backstab? It's not here, but the specimen is. Kill an enemy, transfer into poison. See, I just decided that we're not focusing poison. We could pivot, but I think we just say no to the specimen. Frees us up for other chests down the line. Also frees me up to take the cursed key without getting curses, at least not guaranteed curses. Don't even need to rest, courtesy of meat on the bone. It's already healed me for 12. Perfect 12, no less. Backstab, front loading 4 more damage. Leg sweep blocking pretty nicely. Really good against Hexaghost as well, keeping him weak for the fight. But I do need to deal damage. Also, this could be Luggy again. Don't want it to be Luggy again, but it could be. Which means the backstab upgrade goes down the toilet. Could also Blade Dance. It's decent extra damage. Neutralize also increases the weak for another turn. Sure. Just a good card overall, and it's nice to have a big chunky block card for Act 2. It is Luggy 2.0. Do we wake up again instantly? Because we got Hand of Greed, Blade Dance. This time, however, we do not have... we don't have the Blessing of the Forge, but there's a ton of block coming our way. Like Leg Sweep, Neutralize, all the defends. I think we can do a good block on the first rotation. Just wake him up here and now. Sure. Thwack. Stab. Don't know how you stab this giant egg in the back, but hey, we do 10 more damage than we did last time we encountered him. Not afraid to use the potion again, for what it's worth, but looks like we don't have to. Sweep the leg, neutral the lies, take 1 point of damage, because I'm not that much of a coward. Thonk. And then continue blocking forever? Sure. And then maybe we Hand of Greed, but I'm not going to cry if we don't. Well, maybe I'll cry a little bit. Well, he's weakened a lot, but this doesn't look so good for my blocking game. Maybe we do use that potion then. It's actually looking quite difficult to kill him now. Frustratingly difficult. I think I just have to survive these next 2 turns, so this is getting drank. Unfortunate. On the plus side, meat value. It's a pretty big plus side. On the other plus side, I should be able to meat on the bone him. Nice to meet you on the bone. Alright, and then we just hold out for Hand of Greed, because Hand of Greed will finish him off. Meat value! Perfect meat value! Nunchaku up as well, please. Perfect fight. Well, I mean, sans the potion usage. Play 3 attacks, gain 4 block. Pretty decent for our now decided Shiv build, and bullet time could actually play. Not on turn 1, though. I'm going to want some draw to go with this bullet time, but I do think I want it. Yeah, we make bullet time work quite often with the Shiv lady. Okay, one of the easiest regular pool fight. Unfortunately, bullet time doesn't play, but the piercing well absolutely does. Is that true? Probably true. Fan is the weakest ninja relic, but for this build it could do something. I like could doing something. No real tell who the problematic one is, but I don't want to be weakened, so I'm going to focus Central Louse here. In fact, why don't we just roll them all up and get our extra block. Boom, boom, boom with the strength gain. So I can full block. I'm about to be weakened. But why don't we try and Hand of Greed these fools? Both of the outer ones have buffed up. Where the hell's my Hand of Greed? Oh, we're shuffling out Hand of Greed. That's quite bad. In that case, since I can still have these guys on the ropes, so to speak... The two outer ones are definitely attacking me next turn. Comes with downsides, don't you know? I guess we have them ready to die. Yeah, I would really, really like to be greedy for this. But the problem is we've got the two outer ones and we shuffle out Hand of Greed, so can I consistently block these buffed up ones? Probably not. So probably the safe thing to do is to kill off one of them and then just go for the double Hand of Greed. Is that a decision I have to make now, though? Because next turn I can Hand of Greed one... Yeah, I think I'm going to make my decision here. I'm not taking this damage. Goodbye, Ascender's Bane. That was foolish. Hand of Greed on the troublesome one. Blech, and now we just block you. Shouldn't be too difficult. You weaken me. You don't do other bad things to me. Hello again, Ascender's Bane. Greed all. Yeah, greed all would be nice, but it seemed like a foolish decision to make. Because I'd be taking lots of hammering from a buffed up back lice. I don't want to take anything from a buffed up back lice. Lousy lice. Alright. Well-laid plans is phenomenally good. I'm taking it. I think we'll take some events. It's been a completely eventless Act 1. And our deck is already pretty buffed up at 21 cards, so maybe we can get like a card remove or something. No, it's the 10% whoops, you get a fight anyway. I could split you immediately. I could deal lots of damage, actually. Let's just go for the instant split. Not the world's worst split, and Hand of Greed will take care of one unless I'm weakened. Oh, you buggers. You're not allowed to do that. Yeah, splitting into both attacking, it's real slime boss kind of thing to do. Starting to think I'm not getting my double Hand of Greed here. $12, $30, $40, $50. Oh, it looks like I'm not killing either. On the plus side, I can use the ornamental fan that I've been told is worthless. Ow. These guys are ridiculous. You're guaranteed to attack me next turn, so don't be doing that. I do want a double Hand of Greed here, regardless how foolish that might be. Bullet time's proving to be a bit of a nothing right now because I have no draw. Oh my god, stop! Alright, alright. Looks like we're sansing one of our Hands of Greed here. That's why it's called Hand of Greed, right? There we go. One will have to do. Waste of Nunchaku as well. Potion is back. Blade Dance 2.0 is here. I mean, if Blade Dances are good, let's have them be very good. Yeah. With Nunchaku Ornamental Fan, spamming attacks is good. I like removing cards as well. Also, I should have taken 2 more damage for meat value. On the other hand, meat value means that Hexaghost would hurt us even harder next turn. We've done no card removes. We really should. These strikes are abominably bad. But money, I'll be incredibly rich into next act if I take that money. More meat value? This wouldn't be meat value. It's only at the end of combat that triggers. Yeah, Panda Box is what's stopping me just removing a strike here. If I get a Panda Box, then life is very good. And if I remove a strike here, then that reduces the impact of the Panda Box. But there's never a guarantee that you end up with a Pandora's Box. It is a greed run, yeah, sure, but there's no telling that we'll be able to easily access a shop in Act 2. Might be behind dangerous elites, or they might all be concentrated in one place, or at the end of the act. You'll be spending money on the removes. The cost is just saving to remove now. Not really, because the cost increases for every card remove, 75, 100, 150. So really, the cost is whatever the highest card remove you end up doing is. I'll do it, though. The strikes have to go. Hopefully I don't die here, because I have not added a lot of block here, but well-laid plans will go a long way in this fight. Alright, well, I hope it does. Well, it's kind of bad, actually. How about I just Swift Potion immediately, because this hand kind of blows. And I can bullet time with a bigger hand. That's a little greedy. Yes, it is. That looks considerably better. Play hand. Stab in the back, sweep the leg, neutralize for next turn. The defense do nothing, of course. Slice you, strike you, dance, dance, and bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop. There's an idea not to play the shiv because I'll get energy next turn if I don't. Energy likely plays. Yeah, I could see this situation coming. Give me the energy. Let me hand greed you and still defend a bit. Tough fight, by the way. It's a damage race, and damage isn't something we do terrifically well. Okay, case in point. Well-laid plans at the bottom of my freaking deck where it doesn't belong. The straw could be bad enough to make this really, really, really terrible fight. Must deal damage and block. Okay, Ornamental Fan is just going ham today. I'm willing to take 1 damage off of these. To hold on to the block for next turn. I am not. Hopefully not ridiculous. Ah, useful bullet time, you say? Kind of. Still don't feel like I'm getting my my worth of my damage in. Could hold on to bullet time for next turn, but yeah, I'm starting to really worry about my damage output. Because I could hold on to bullet time leg sweep for next turn, and that's just good. Whereas here, I hand of greed, strike, neutralize, I suppose. Yeah, there we go. Could get ugly. Yeah, I probably want to save Piercing Wail for when he does his meltdown attack on me, which could well be coming very soon. In 2 turns, no less. It's a full block against it, which is a big deal, but the burns could still do me in. Alright, take it all. Oh wait, this does nothing! Oh dear, doing nothing feels quite bad. Next turn could feel quite bad. It's going really poorly, and this is why you want poison against this guy as the silent. Because it often turns out like this. You keep asking yourself, where damage? Alright, Inferno. 4/6 because he's weakened, but how about it's nothing? Yeah, Piercing Wail for none of this nonsense, please. I could just defend. Then I can neutralize, and that way I can hold on to Survivor and bullet time. Getting really bad. He should not have 86 health right now. Because now those burns are going to start coming in thick and fast. At least he doesn't debuff me. I suppose that's one saving grace here. This is a pretty good bullet time hand, though. Leg sweep, blade dance. the works. The damage must be done. Just hold on to the defense. Whew. And the survivor lets me chuck away a burn plus. Yeah, plus does extra damage. Ornamental fan, you have just been obscene. Are all these naysayers for ornamental fan? Well laid plans, I can't overstate how useful that's been as well. So I often say that that Silent's worst matchup in Act 1 is the slime boss. And that's true most of the time, but I'm really thinking that in this particular Silent that I have built, I'd rather be facing slime boss than this monstrosity. Take the extra nunchaku energy to block the burn. Plus, you are not getting another hellfire on me, chump. You might be, actually. At this rate. Of course, slime boss is 4 times Hand of Greed. Oh, don't put that one by me. Wait, Hand of Greed is... Hold on, I'm dead here if I don't kill you right now. That's not true. We have just the card to help me from this kind of... not card, but we have just the thing to help me here. And it's called the Ornamental Unhappiness of... Wait, am I still dead? No, we're not dead. We might even be Hand of Greeding. But we could brick and die. Could absolutely brick and die. So let's not brick and die. Was never worried. Thanks to the money, chump. After image. Glass knife. Okay, after image with all these shivs, you have to imagine. Okay, I need energy. Badly. Takeable. Damage. Works with shivs, works with backstab, works with slice, but it's not energy. Then again, I don't know about you, because I'd be sacrificing at least 2 chests down the line. And it's definitely not tiny house. Yeah, we just want to keep blade dancing, because we can do good damage. This is essentially an accuracy minus played at the start of your combat. It also works whenever I bullet time a damage card. So it would add damage to Riddle with Holes, for example. So actually I think Wristblade works out pretty well here, but we need more support. This is not good enough. I need additional draw, and I need some better cards. Preferably cards that draw. Adrenaline would go a hell of a long way, but when does it not? So we're still very fragile, but we have the makings for a really good build. I'm also rich. Disgustingly rich. And the shops are front-loaded, so we're going shopping, chaps. And then if we still have money left over, we're doing more shopping. I don't even care if I take 0 elites this act. Because we can buy the kind of stuff that we would want to get out of elites anyway. Alright, sure, just need to survive to the shop. And that's only 2 fights, right? How could Chosen possibly murder me? When I have all the damage from my wrist blade. I love damage from my wrist blade. Even neutralizer's coming in. Life is good. Oh, I'm suffering all right. This is where things like my lack of draw start coming in and doing nasty things to me, though. Hand of Greed? Where are you at, Hand of Greed? Come on, you can set me up perfectly. Oh. Oh. Sets me up imperfectly with Nunchaku on 0, but it's better than taking 31 here. That was close, though. Imagine just losing a strike there and then eating 31 just because the game decides you have to take 31. It's none of this nonsense because I don't have discard synergy right now. We don't have poison, and choke is a god-awful card. I know people get excited about this card. They imagine all the shivs flying and every 3 hit point adding up to it, but it just doesn't happen because choke is too heavy. 2 energy is way too much for something that's just 2 strikes nailed together, and a very, very poor added effect. It can work, but you're bending over backwards to make it work. Oh, imagine membership card. Can't buy the courier, but imagine that as well. Oh, I'm imagining a few things here. I'm imagining a world where Nunchaku didn't break. And then I just Hand of Greed you right now. Could we do it anyway? That's not the card I wanted. Fat-fingered my keys there. Thank you. You don't see that often, especially not with a silent. None of this. Getting some really awful card rewards, aren't we? This is common crap. The last thing Sal wants to do is bog herself down with even more garbage when she's sitting on all these strikes. I could really do with some footwork to make those defends better. Anyway, we survived to get to the shop. And the shop doesn't have a membership card, but it does have footwork. It has alchemize as well. Two amazing things. Thread and needle also really nice, but I don't think I'd pay full price for it. I have no potions, and I wouldn't mind some potions. But I think footwork is too good to say no to. I need to get more oomph out of my block. Still no draw, though. Where's all the draw? Silent's whole thing is she's meant to be able to draw and discard, and we've been offered one backflip, and I turned it down. Yeah, I know Thread and Needle is nice, but it's 341 gold, which is more than I'm willing to pay. I'd rather have tons of potions. Will Madness make the strikes do +6 damage? Yeah, but Madness only targets one card. It's very, very difficult to make Madness work. When you make Madness work, your deck is usually already so good that you win without Madness. It's just winning more. I'm having the footwork. I am removing a strike. And I contemplate the Alchemize, but I might just go to the next shop. Although Alchemize is really nice, and the earlier you get it, the more potions you end up with. Upgrade, priorities, footwork. Footwork. I'll take the Alchemize. Alright, Chosen et al. Ooh, after image. Okay, that bird is not staying airborne, for one. It's getting down and it's freaking dying. Now for you, Chosen. Such a shame we got all that block and we can't really use it. Maybe I should have targeted the Chosen instead. Because the Chosen's a big... Oh, you're doing it again! Chosen's such a pain in the arse when you do debilitate into zap. Like we saw previously, that massive damage that you just really have no argument against. Do I have to Fear Potion you to not be dying horribly here? Life is bad. Don't do it. Okay, they're not quite doing it. Keep them weakened. A lot of dazeds coming my ways. Ah, leg sweep. Ah, everything. Makes that strike play. I could hold on to the bullet time. The slight problem is I'm having nothing next turn if I do this. Nor am I actually killing you. So perhaps the better option is to hold on to the leg sweep for next turn, because you're probably hitting me really hard next turn. So instead what I do is I slice, I strike. Ugh. I slice, I survivor the strike. And then we leg sweep you next turn. But there is a chance that you just do drain next turn. In which case this won't land. But if you do the big zap, I am so toast next turn. Not an easy choice, really. Do this. That way at least I have a bit of block to hand. Not quite doing it. Okay, that's fine. Fancy footwork. Regrettably survivor away one of these dazeds. Keep the bullet time and almost entirely brick next hand. This is why I need some block. Oh, thank goodness we get the off turn here. Whew. Right, that was down to chance, but chance worked out in my favor today. I've chosen such a pain in the arse, and they just keep coming back in Act 2. It's just the Act 2 enemy. Do I just want to bullet time this hand? I I guess the strikes will work extra hard for me that way. Lovely. Okay, and we should be able to Hand of Greed. Which is even better because we're going into another shop. Should have neutralized first for Nunchaku, but I hate setting up relics. Another backstab. Sure, just front load the loads of damage. Sounds good to me. Worked before. Maybe we can find Dead Branch, but we wouldn't be able to buy Dead Branch. More footwork. It's pretty good. I like it when my blocks block. And we're going to need that kind of stuff for a deck like this. Footwork remove seems fine. A dramatic entrance is another innate heavy damage AoE. I could get it together with a remove, but not together with remove footwork. And then we just innately kill everything. We find Bag of Marbles and just everything dies. Yeah, exactly. It's also 0. Dolly mirror the after image. Tempting, but no. No, I want the Trinity here. Card remove, footwork, and dramatic entrance. Could mirror the well-laid plans. See, the problem I have is energy. I'm only on 3 energy. Silent is the most energy-hungry character by a long way. And yeah, without the draw to go with bullet time, we struggle greatly. So adding 0-cost cards to pad things out, or just kill everything on turn 1 is pretty nice. So that dramatic entrance doing 12 AoE for free is quite nice. What about mirroring the after image? It's nice, but it's a bit of setup. I think 1 is fine. Especially with the ornamental fan. If I have after image, ornamental fan, and blade dance, this blade dance alone already blocks for 1, 2, 3, 7. Which is pretty good. 12 damage, 7 block. Powers do need to be played after all. I'm in quite the conundrum when it comes to upgrades though, and I really still like to remove my strikes. What's the upgrade target currently? Possibly footwork. With the after image fan, do you really need Dex? I like Dex, but you're right. I should probably forego the footwork and take a dramatic entrance remove. Alright, it's done. Stinky strikes gotta go. Haha yourself. Ho ho yourself. Didn't realize dramatic entrance upgraded so heavily. It does upgrade pretty heavily. With all the 0 cost on turn 1, I don't think I want after image innate because there's not really block then, but holy smokes, this thing is a free 16 AoE. That's pretty huge. We just start our turns right and kill everything. You know what? I never run those cards, so let's run with this card. I almost feel like I could take on this double elite right here. Because there's mitigated risk thanks to the fireplace. So I think I want this route. Opens up a late Colosseum, and if we get Colosseum, then maybe it's so good that we chicken out of these. Can Colosseum trigger here? Not sure. Alright, let's go. Hello, Hand of Greed. I like you. I like you rather a lot. I like the way you give me money. Was that right? Could I have killed this thing? Yeah, I should have killed the Spherical Guardian. What was I playing at? Sentry is the far less threatening target. Well, count that as a mistake. Oh well. Foolish, foolish. Hopefully I don't take damage for that, because that was very foolish. Kind of. Who's the foolish one here? Could well be me. get everything played, shall we? Contemplating the colourless potion to get me out of the jam I've made for myself, but there's also the fact that I have meat on the bone if things go truly terribly. Ah, that's what I was waiting for. My alchemize. Yes, glad I realised that now. Colourless potion's too unreliable. Blocking is nice. Draw 2 if I have no attacks. Well, that'll get me attacks, but what I really want is my Hand of Greed. 3 energy, but I got 4 energy worth of stuff I want to play. Give me the Good Instinct then. What's in the alchemize? Stuff. Love stuff. That's quite a bit of damage. Probably should have saved it for next turn, though. Could have been a useful block. Hand of Greed, please. Yeah, scarpered myself here. Then again, don't know. Maybe the other dude could have done me in with other stuff. Probably wouldn't be taking damage, though. Do I want to take this tickle of damage to get me down into the meat zone? I think I do. So I want to take 7 damage. Is that possible? 7 damage. Could you be so kind? Seven damage. I know attacks are block, but attacks also kill him. Also, that's 7 damage. And I have retain, and I want my Hand of Greed. 7 damage, take me down, meat on bone value. Very good. Unless we're ready to kill you, just in case. A whack. Oh, Boo earns. No, hold on. Still reasonable Hand of Greed chance. He only blocks for 15. I like reasonable Hand of Greed chance. Fine. Maybe I should have kept a way to kill him. Ah, but there was always reasonable Hand of Greed chance. And I can set up Nunchaku to be perfect. See, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, okay, forget it. Holding out for the potion was a poor idea because Ghost in the Jar is better than this garbage. Given the turn 1 possibilities we have, I think Fear Jar beats the Strength Potion, but in a longer fight, the Strength Potion helps the Blade Dancing a whole lot. We're fighting Automaton, so maybe we do this. Another 0-cost attack that deals Brazilians of damage. Doesn't scale, though, is my problem with Masterful Stab. Not scaling is a problem. I don't want to add more attacks, but the attacks that we have added, Dramatic Entrance and the Double Backstab, those exhaust. Stab scales down. Yeah, exactly. Only if you take damage, though, but this isn't exactly a damage-avoiding deck. You know, you get tempted by these big numbers, but I actually don't think Masterful Stab is our way forward here. Well, not without draw, right? 0 cost is great, but I don't have draw. Where the hell's the draw? Backflip, acrobatics, adrenaline? Where are you hiding? Centurion Mystic. I would never claim to have died in this fight before. I don't want to start now. With the Alchemize, it's kind of tempting just to use a Strength Potion. But that Strength Potion is very useful for you-know-who. Well, maybe you don't. Wish I had the Fear Potion now. What do we got? We got 30, 46, 50, 60, 71. Not quite enough to kill Centurion. If I add 2 Strength to it, what are we looking at? 17. Well, actually, we're just adding 8 to that, aren't we? Which is 1 short. Is it 1 short? 30, 46, 56, 66, 71, 79. Can't kill Centurion. Ah, wait, yes I can. And maybe I don't even need it. Didn't even notice neutralize there. 30, 46, 53, 60, 73. Wait, are we there? Or am I miscounting? Last time I counted to try and make something fatal, I miscounted and got myself killed. 30. 46. 53. 63. 73. 70. Yeah, it's not enough unless I strength potion with this. Which does kill you immediately, and I get a new potion, so I'll take it. Stab. Stab. Pushink. Thwack. Greedy. Even greedier. I don't deserve this luck, but I'm taking it. Just get your potion back. Just kill the enemy. I mean, I could kill you, but I'd rather just block a bajillion. Too much. And I really want my Hand of Greed, and there's good block coming, so why? You'll keep healing yourself because you've taken enormous amounts of damage. I will wait. I will lay my plans. And my plans probably involve shivving you a bit. Although it appears not entirely. Just keep myself alive so I'm ready to Hand of Greed you. Still ready to Hand of Greed you. Still ready to Hand of Greed you any moment now. It's guaranteed next turn. Looks like you're healing for a bit. I have strength and the shiv, so we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Thinking of the possibility where I set up my nunchaku slightly better. So we bullet time this. Ideal. God, we're getting rich. Potion I'm not terribly interested in. Burst. Burst my Alchemize. Burst my Leg Sweep. It's a shame it's not pre-upgraded. Why not wanting to give me upgraded cards this run? The one Shiv and Cloak and Dagger is not saved by the Wrist Blade. I'm not interested in that. I'm still tempted by the Burst, though. It's a difficult pill to swallow on 3 energy. Yeah, Burst Blade Dance is another thing you end up thinking about, isn't it? Alright, go on then. Burst. Have at. Bleh. Max hit points aren't that bad, but still, bleh. Can we even get Colosseum? Colosseum can appear from floor 27. So yeah, after the chest, you can get Colosseum. So there's a small but significant chance it's here. It's not here. It's Snecko. It's not even a bloody event. Is that the second time that's happened this run? The 1 in 10 fight in the event? Because I haven't taken a lot of events. And you're a pretty beefy Snecko. Anyway, there's nothing fancy to this. We just play hand. Fancy footwork. Hand of feed. Blip, 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 blip. Good damage. I mean, it's really good opening damage, but Snecko is still Oh, thank God for bullet time. Oh, thank you so much, bullet time. And all those horrible things I said about you. Well, I can hold on to the low-cost stuff here. Honestly, as Snecko fights go, you couldn't ask for much better than this. The strength pot is really good. The Alchemize could be better, but it's probably worse. Especially with the opening hand stuff that we can do. I like that strength potion a lot. So I won't be having any of that. Instead, I'll be having a whole lot of kill you. Die, die. Oh wait, I'm weakened. Good thing we have After Image. Damn good thing we have After Image. Yeah. I mean, there's this feasible situation where I use my strength potion to avoid taking a lot of damage, then I want that Alchemize. How feasible is it? I'm still weakened. Does this Blade Dance kill you? Or am I being delusional? I could just block. But does this kill you? Don't actually know. Probably not. Guess we can find out for free. I knew it all along. Alright, well, at least when we're offered trash like this, we can just take the 2 max hit points. I keep complaining about lack of draw, but a 2-cost attack is not the answer. Right, well, bring on the elite. I kind of hope it's slavers. It's not slavers, but they're freaking dead. Which will allow me to go absolute ham on the bleeder, because I can burst that blade dance. Wow, that is not very fair to you, but I'm not here to be fair. I'm here to win, something you wouldn't know very much about, Gremlin Leader. I regrettably can't draw more or... Well, there's a lot of regrets here. Oh well. Never wins with shiv decks. My countryman is delusional. This could be a little awkward, though. And I mean a lot awkward. Because it's resummoning. My draw was a bust there. I need draw so badly. Do we have any active draw at all? I can hold on to that Hand of Greed. Yeah, looks like we are getting out of here with our dosh. I forget if you block for yourself, though. Probably, right? No, you don't. Alright, well, that's pretty cool. Time for you to die. Thank you, please. Could have played this strike to increment Nunchaku a little bit more, though. Oh, big, big, big boost here. Bag of preparation for a 9-card draw on turn 1. Together with all of our innate cards, that's really quite handy. Because we have 1, 2, 3 cards that take draw but not energy at the start. I don't think I want any of this. Although Nauseous Fumes is a potential way to scale. It's just yet another power I have to get in play. How are we beating the Automaton, by the way? Probably a question I should have answered quite a while ago. I can kill his little summony buggers pretty quickly with Blade Dancing, but blocking his big hit's going to require some leg sweeping, weaknessing, and I don't think we'll be able to block it entirely. Yeah, Fumes is really slow, and we're too fast for a card like that. We need draw. We need draw. Come to think of it, we need draw and energy. Resting is not unthinkable. I have 49 out of 70. Well, what if Burst could play 2 skills twice? If my issue is energy, then being able to do things like that's pretty big. Allows me to burst the Alchemize and burst the Blade Dances. I think it's pretty huge. And accuracy wouldn't hurt, yeah, but it's not been offered. I can't conjure it out of fat air. Alright, Slavers me. Oh, come on! The one time you want Slavers, and he's not showing up. On the plus side, though, Piercing Wheel demolishes this. On the other hand, well-laid plans for Piercing Wheel is probably a better idea. Because I can block quite a lot, actually. In fact, I just leg sweep you now for the full block. I leg sweep by well-laid plans. I hold on to Blade Dance and Piercing Whale. Hand of Greed is a non-bow here. Am I scared enough to Strength Potion in this fight? It's a bit scary. It is a bit scary. Plus, I can always alchemize something here. I'll take it. Stab you in the back. Make a dramatic entrance. Stab you in the back again. Don't know how you stab a book in the back, but we find a way. Dum, 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 dum. So I did say leg sweep, right? I didn't say Blade Dance. Blade Dance blocks me an additional 4. But we can keep it for damage. Yeah, sweep the leg. Bursting the Blade Dance would be pretty badass. Hey, bursting the Blade Dance would be pretty badass. There's my Alchemize, but what about bursting my Blade Dance? Oh, that's how we block Hyper Beam. Yeah, that's a thought. I can hold on to the Alchemize and still burst my Blade Dance. Because he's going for the big hit next turn, that much we know. Don't feel too bad, Book of Stabbing. I was just the better shanker. Oh, I can still do my Alchemize. Could footwork if I'm worried about the blocking next turn, but I want my potion back. I wonder if you could use that potion fast enough to get... Wait, strength potion again? Something going on, I'm telling you. Just dead? That's only 8, 8, and 8, actually, isn't it? No, it's 10, 10, and 10, so yeah, you are dead. Nothing to hold out for in this fight. I'm not willing to go around for Hand of Greed against this freak. We just take the kill. Blip. Pretty good. Pretty... Well, this would have been better earlier on, but it's still a really nice relic. 25% off my next elites. All the next elites. Reflex would be cool if I had any discard. I have no discard. Sans our starting survivor, of course. Ugh, man, we're just not getting the draw game going here. No draw, no discard, no energy. Flying knee doesn't really count for energy. I think we have to just take the max hit points and, I don't know, hope this is Colosseum for a power surge to deal with the Automaton. Probably. At least we get some hit points. Hey, it's Colosseum! And you know what we're very well equipped to deal with? Colosseum fights. Oh my God. Oh Jesus, they are so freaking dead. How dead are they though? I guess I let the front slaver hit me a bit. Maybe I just kill them? I wonder if I can kill them both. I'm contemplating using my strength potion here as well, because I got Alchemize right there for me. And Blade Dance is right here. It's just, do I even need it though? Because I might not need it. It's hard to tell. We got 46 right here. And I can Blade Dance and Hand of Greed, but I'm not blocking at all. On the other hand, I can burst, and then I can double defend and double Blade Dance. And that the double defending will block this, and the double Blade Dancing just opens up so many ways to kill, it's unreal. I think going for the double Hand of Greed is delusional, but I'm willing to embrace that intoxicating delusion. So the back one dies because he does the most damage. Yeah, thanks to the blocking. Wait, that means I don't need to burst the Blade Dance, because the Blade Dance gives me the 4 block to block you anyway. Which means I can just Hand of Greed you, meaning I did too much damage, huh? Well, that's okay. Could still burst this. Just get tons of damage in. Don't need to. And then there's the Alchemize question. I don't think so. If I don't need to, I won't. It looks like I'll always have the option between killing you and blocking you. Hopefully that's true. Can you kill them both? Yes, I can, but I want to Hand of Greed them both. Very important. 7 and 7 is plenty. Lacking well-laid plans is sad, but again, like I say, I'm trying to ruin this guy's day. And so far, I'm doing a good job of it. Slice just to set him up even nicer. Sure. Come on, Hand of loads of money. Do I take 2 for Hand of Greed? Hand of Greed potential, that is. It's not 2. It's 1. Shouldn't have struck him previously, though. Could have neutralized him there. Hand of Greed. Well laid, Hand of Greed. Maintain ways to block. I mean, it's not called Hand of Altruism. Could change out my potion, but Strength Potion's pretty good. Alright, that loser died. The money flows in, and there's no way we take cowardice. We're fighting the big slaver and gremlin up here with front-loaded attacks. And I want my many rewards. Also, they're really weak because they count as an elite, and the preserved insect does its magic. Killing the knob is the bigger issue here. I can do 30, 46 to him, and then Hand of Greed does the rest. And on top of that, I can get the extra energy to allow me to leg sweep this guy. So he remains weakened. And we'll see if we can turn Taskmaster into money as well. Shouldn't be too hard. He does not scale up very quickly. Just 1 strength per turn. Surely we can do better. I'll have him near the dead zone, though, just in case it doesn't pan out. The footwork will make our life quite a bit easier. Well-laid plans would also make my life easier. Should have checked my draw pile, but it's fine. Well-laid plans is there, of course. Well-laid plans with Survivor, and we're good. And we can kill him if somehow things don't pan out. But, you know, if you have the opportunity to get resources for free, why would you not just take the resources for free? Riddle me that. And in this case, the resource is 25 smackaroos. I'm going to hold on to that defense. I'm going to play Blade Dance for the block. And then hold on to a defend. A lot of cards to get through. It could potentially be a long time until we see Hand of Greed. Increment Nunchaku while you're at it. Oh, wow. Gambling chip when you draw 9 cards on turn 1 digs deep. The sad thing is, I don't really want to throw away Backstab, Dramatic Entrance, or the other Backstab, but when there's garbage next to it, we just turf it away. Loads of money and discard. I do like energy. Is concentrate minus good enough? I feel like I don't draw enough for that to really pay off. That is a touch frustrating. There's the idea of another Piercing Whale, which isn't that bad. You often want more Piercing Whales down the line. You can discard the shivs. You don't usually want to do that, because then you're drawing shivs, and then you're like, ugh, that's just minus draw. Yeah, I don't draw enough to activate a lot of the silence strengths, and I haven't been offered draw, which is the annoying thing. We've been offered 1 backflip and 1 reflex. And the backflip I turned down, and the reflex didn't really play because I've been offered no real discard either. So, and we've been shopping. God, if we hit the shops, but I still think we can beat the Automaton, especially with Strength Potion and Ghost in a Jar, and potentially healing before the fight. It's that risky. With well-laid plans, do I really need to heal before that fight? Especially with the Strength Potion and the Ghost in a Jar. Not convinced I'm going to need to. Yeah, I don't think I need to rest, but what's the upgrade that's so good that resting is no big deal? I don't even think it's footwork. With the gambling chip, innate cards aren't quite so strong. Yeah, Blade Dance for an extra shiv is quite nice on the damage output front, and it gives me a targeted Blade Dance to hit with Burst. You don't need Concentrate with Bullet Time. That's true. Bullet Time covers the energy issues. Alright, so these cards are out unless I take Piercing Will. And I don't think I want Piercing Will. Could even recall. But I think that one of these Blade Dances being Blade Dance Plus is pretty huge. Really, with burst, that's 2 extra shivs, and with the wrist blade and the strength, that's quite a lot of extra output. And we need output in this fight. Let's go for it. I immediately like the look of just getting rid of all of this sans after image and digging for well-laid plans. Well-laid plans and footwork go a long way. Alchemize as well, so I can play this without feeling any guilt. There is the idea that I throw away dramatic entrance as well, and I'll get that back when his little buggery minions are back. But I have to dig quite the way through that to get to dramatic entrance again. I think I'm okay with that. Does that mean the backstabs should go? No, just front load the damage on the bronze automaton. Am I sure about throwing out bullet time? I mean, I'm about to draw 5 cards. If it's 5 cards of goodness, then bullet time's going to play. Sure. What about the burst? Then I'm drawing far fewer cards. You know what? Let's give it a go. Well, that worked out. That worked out pretty well because I can well-lay plans, footwork, after image, and maintain burst bullet time. That's pretty good. That's pretty freaking good. Well, the block doesn't really play, but let's get it down anyway. After image, footwork, well-laid plans. Do I believe I need the strength this fight? I believe that I can replace the strength, and if the fight goes on long enough, I'm going to Ghost in the Jar and burst my Alchemize. Imagine I have an Akabesto with a preloaded pen nib on turn 1. I don't want to, because that's even more setup, and you know how I feel about setup. Not good. Damage, damage, strip artifact. Hold on to burst bullet time. And then we hope for some really nice things to burst in bullet time. We don't really get them. Just get regular old blade dance. Is this a bullet time moment, or do I hold off for next turn? It means holding on to my bullet time for stuff that doesn't really bullet time very well. I think I just bullet time and then I block, 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 and burst some more block and blade dance. Potentially even hold on to the burst for next turn. We've got a better blade dance to burst then. Because then I can just burst blade dance survivor and then we're laughing. Whereas right now, just playing all of this block's fine. In fact, yeah, I do want the bullet time going though. Shunk. Defend, defend, defend. Potentially hold off on that. You're stealing my rarest card, which is Hand of Greed or Alchemize. That's fine. I don't care about that. Hey, energy. Nobody said I needed energy. This is okay. Love well-laid plans, by the way. Such a good card. Goodbye, Hand of Greed. And you're going to take what exactly? You're going to take whatever card is left. Which is... Oh, oi, oi, oi. No, 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 no. That was not part of the deal. Oh, that is kind of bad. Okay, in that one single card draw, this fight just went quite bad. Because I no longer get to just burst that blade dance and dance all over them, and also that blade dance gets shuffled out. Oh, that's really, really bad. Is that bad enough to alchemize right now? I think it's that bad, but it's pretty bad. Can't even really do any damage here. Next turn's gonna suck. And I need that card back. A lot of cool things I can't do here. Troubling. And you're gonna hit me pretty hard as well. But I need to hold on to the Ghost in the Jar for the you-know-what. Okay, this is fine, because I can burst the Piercing Whale. I can also Dramatic Entrance to ruin your day. Yeah, this isn't so bad. Shonk. Yeah, so if I neutralize you, which I will, I can burst the Piercing Whale, dramatically reducing the damage being taken this turn. To the point where Blade Dance probably blocks plenty, right? It's going to block 1, 2, 3, and 4 for 7, full block. I can also burst the Blade Dance, which is also really cool. Alright, nice, that's acceptable. On top of that, I can get my Blade Dance back and retain it for next turn. That's not all I can take back. You need to die. You also just need to die. Thank you. Oh, did I say retain for next turn? I meant play right now and activate Operation Screw Bronze Automaton. Alright, we turned that around very swiftly, because that was looking grim. That Blade Dance Plus was the secret to my my success here. And you never expect him to take your common cards. The way those little buggers that fly around him work is they steal the rarest card in your draw pile. And I think they randomly split between your rarest. So between Alchemize and Bullet Time, they'd 50-50. And if those were gone, they'd take Leg Sweep, and if that's gone, they choose between these. But when there's nothing else in to choose, they'll even take a Curse. I have an off turn. On the other hand, I could retain some block. Leg Sweep is the superior block to retain. Why didn't you Alchemize? I foresee a situation where I want to Ghost in a Jar his big hit, and then I want to burst my Alchemize. This turn blows. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Ghost in a Jar next turn. Because this turn ain't it. Just Hand of Greed strike, and then next turn hold on to the Alchemize, otherwise Slice, Strike, Ghost, Leg Sweep. Good enough, I guess. Bullet Time? Couldn't hurt to hold on to Bullet Time. Nothing else is doing much. So yeah, this potion is how we deal with this. Not that Leg Sweep does nothing. It does something. But it doesn't do enough. Well, you know, there's a strong argument for holding on to Ghost in a Jar. But, no thanks. Hold on to Bullet Time, Alchemize, I think. Hoping for the Burst Alchemize now to get my potions back. Burst is here. Okay, very good. Very nice Bullet Time as well. Oh, that's excellent. Beyond excellent, even. We don't burst immediately, though, because I need 8 spaces for this thing. So if I burst the Alchemize and then burst the Blade Dance, I don't have enough spaces for it all. So I guess we do the other Blade Dance first, or we hold on to it. Yeah, just do it. Mountain Dew it. Shiv, and Shiv, and Shiv, and burst, and 2 potions, please. I mean, I could kill you with that, but I don't think you're living very long anyway. And also, Hand of Greed is 50-50 next turn. If it doesn't appear, surely we can weaken you enough. And I can block you enough, and you're already weakened. Just a thing of beauty, isn't it? Oh, he blocks. Buggery. Huh, that is buggery. And I don't have the attacks. I think it's worth the money to just block and then try and go for Hand of Greed in the future. Think of the meat value. I'd have to take a lot to get the meat value. Plus, you heal 3/4, you're missing health anyway. How about the pot? It's 60% potion chance. If the flex potion gets me out of here, I think it's worth it. So instead of dealing, what is this anyway, 39, I would deal 49 and I'd be 1 short. Wait, no, we got an extra strike here, don't we? Yeah, because I've got 3 energy and slices free. So instead of 39, we have 47, and we need to deal... yeah, okay, let's do it. Slicey, slicey, stabby, stabby, greedy, greedy. Potion. It was always there. Tools of the trade is draw, but it's also discard. In a way, draw and discard are good. I think I want that tools of the trade. Nightmare. Could Nightmare after image. Nightmare with bullet time can do disgusting things, and I have the retain to make that happen. Okay, Nightmare gets us through bosses. It just slows us down a bit for non-bosses, but I think it could still work. Yeah, Nightmare is the Infinite Chaser's dream. I still need draw like nobody's business, though. Snecko is draw, but Snecko screws my turn 1 so badly, so it's not even a thought. Also, it's not here. That's a very strong Sacred Bark, but no energy? Silent hates being on 3 energy, so I think I'm going to Astrolabe away, Strike, Strike, and... a Defend, I guess. Even Slice is quite good thanks to the Wrist Blade. And we hope for some energy. You want Bark with Alchemize? Yeah, it's pretty good, but if I end up with like a Ghost in a Jar and a Fairy in the Bottle, I'm not going to want to use them, and that just makes the Sacred Bark useless. And frankly, I'd rather just burn through my potions trying to find Ghost in a Jar Fairy, or 2 Fairies, or 2 Ghosts in a Jars, and that should make my end game pretty solved. And since we can already do that, and Sacred Bark doesn't play any part in that, other than giving me 2 intangible for the Ghost in a Jar, or double the health regen, I think, on the Fairy, I'd rather just have a stronger deck. The Serpent is sort of drawn, you already have the bag. Yeah, but I like my turn 1 draw to be biblical. And strikes are awful. Astrolabe. And it's really a Defend over something else? That's a good sign that the deck is so good that I'd remove a Defend. But yeah, let's go. Flying Knee, Eviscerate, and Grand Finale. That's really, really bad. Oh, that's quite awful. We don't have the discard to make Eviscerate work. Flying Knee is just bleh. It's pretty much a strike. And Grand Finale is like one of the worst cards in Silent's deck. And we don't have a fast shuffling deck to make Grand Finale work. No bonus draw. Okay, that was awful. Really, really freaking 2 out of 10 Astrolabe right there. Oh well, let's go. You gotta take those risks, right? We're still rich as sin. I propose we double Merchant. Maybe keep taking fights, because I really need to find some draw. Yeah. Backflip, Acrobatics. Actually, Acrobatics is a tough one to swallow because it costs energy, and I don't have energy to spare at all. Adrenaline would be nice. Relics that give energy would be nice. Nunchaku, I suppose, does, but... yeah, no buts, it does. Lantern would be good as well. At least you know your next card's removed. Do I, though? I'm unsure about that one. Grand Finale can play, though. Throwing it away feels pretty bad. Because I could end up in a situation where I Nightmare Grand Finale, and then just everything dies. That was a boss solution, by the way. Time Eater. There's nothing a shiv-throwing Silent loves more than Time Eater. It's what nobody's ever said. Time Eater's great if you have poison. We don't. The Sundial makes Acrobatics worth it. Really? Acrobatics only draw 3. 4 when upgraded. I'd say Deep Breath is more the Sundial card that I'm looking for right now. Take Deep Breath. Take Deep Breath in a heartbeat. Anyway, we go this way because I want to maximize my shopping opportunities. I could even consider the late shop. Never know if I might find membership card. Take on that elite and then consider. One of our rests needs to be on a recall as well. Let's go. Well now. They're aggressively coming in for 20. Meaning Piercing Will's a pretty nice out here. I don't want a dramatic entrance because that spiker will hurt me if I do so. In fact, I don't want dramatic entrance period here because of that spiker. Could Nightmare something, especially if it's 0 cost. I could even... no, I can't. I don't have the energy to burst Nightmare, sadly. Yeah, that's yet another reason that Silent would rather have extra energy. Could upgrade Nightmare to make that possible. Anyway, Piercing Will seems pretty good. Backstab and Slice kills the front one, so it's not like we have to block much. Maybe just guarantee the block. Could also just burst the Piercing Will. There's a lot of burst options, but I don't think we need the piercing will here. Certainly don't need the nightmare at this rate. Alright, have that. Nothing too special, but nothing too bad either. Let's just kill the front dude. Those do 8 damage. Could burst the blade dance as well, of course. Oh, that's the blade dance plus, huh? Okay. Oops. That's okay. We'll get the block out of this. I completely misread the amount of energy I had. But that's okay. Now I can do damage. Take 7, you're still doing 9. I'd rather not. Oh, but wait. Ornamental fan is always there for me. Now how do I kill this thing? I'll need to formulate a well-laid plan for it. Grand Finale with Wristblade is such poetic synergy. Poetic. It's something, alright. Maybe I should have slowed down a bit and considered Hand of Greeting all over this, especially for the shy thing at the back that only gives me dazed. But Hand of Greeting this thing to death would be beautiful, unique, and godlike. It's just not easy to do, is it? That's not true. I can retain the Hand of Greed. I just need to have some block to go with it. Which doesn't always happen. Yeah. Even playing my blade dances isn't enough for this. We'll see what we can do. Need to bullet time myself into some block and then eradicate this guy. Sundial giving me all the energy that I don't need, of course. Could just chug my flex potion, right? Yeah. Let's do it that way. So we bullet time, defend, chug. Ugh, that's nothing special. And I won't take damage from this. And you won't die from this. And there we go, money. That's a better potion than explosive potion, unless I'm dealing with Repto. I think the fear of Repto is good enough to keep that explosive potion. Ooh, accuracy. Right, that's one way to scale up damage at least. And it's a pretty good one. Suddenly my blade dance has become biblically strong, and even Time Eater is going to be afraid of them. This is, what, nothing? Looks like nothing. Unless I really want to remove that grand finale. Yeah, there's the pen nib. I can pen nib grand finale. I could also pen nib my dramatic entrance. Pen nib probably not bad when I'm this rich. Yeah, when you're this rich, I think you take the pen nib. But, see, Twisted Funnel strips artifact, which isn't nothing. One more card in grand finale is certain. What? I'm not seeing what you're seeing. You're on 28, you draw 9. No. Because you can keep it in hand. Still not seeing what you're saying. So we draw 9 on turn 1. Oh, you probably think we're drawing 7 on turn 1. No, we draw 9 on turn 1. 2 more cards and then we'd be certain. If only you could sell artifacts. It would be really nice if when you got an artifact, you could say, thanks, I'll take, 25, 40, 60 gold, depending on rarity instead. This is a really good potion, but I think we just hold on to our vast sums of money into this shop, and if that's still not good enough, we go to this shop. But I am pondering the remove. Is Grand Finale so bad I want to get rid of it? It's pretty freaking bad. But when it works, even when it works, it barely does anything. Oh, 64 damage to all enemies. Eviscerate isn't even very good. Got a lot of bad cards here. Could actually just ditch Eviscerate. The problem is if I end up with something really good like a Calculated Gamble Plus, Eviscerate becomes very good. So there are some cards where I'm thinking I'd rather not be so gung-ho at throwing them away. And we didn't get the Deep Breath here, so yeah. Overall, just not impressed. I'm gonna save my money. I should take fights because we're very good at them. Very, very good at them. Holy smokes, that bullet time. I like my backstabs, but I could bullet time something biblical here. Yeah. I saw that coming. Alright, very good. Give me everything, please. Give me after image, give me accuracy, let's get dramatic. And they're all buffing up because they're all just weirdos. So how much damage does a shiv do now? It does 4, 4, and 4. It's 12 each. So when I burst this, which I will... we're looking at approximately lots of damage. I can add 30 onto that to become 42. That's a pretty clean kill on the front one. And then got 48 bringing these two together. I'm focusing them down because they get block, making it less likely that I can do nasty things to them. I'd rather just have one of them be a problem, easier to block, and also easy to kill. Very easy to kill. I like it when things are easy to kill. Can I play this? Oh, I thought maybe it would like go away or something. Oh well, still a V. Nothing. Well, I could eat this guy with Hand of Greed, but I don't want to be in this fight. Nasty fight. Draw. Oh, I've been waiting all my life for this card. It's come back to me. Give me the backflip plus. Now I need energy. Transient is not energy. Oh, Transient's a really bad fight for me. We need to be careful here. Transient, normally Silent, laughs at it because Silent is clever and uses poison. But this is not a clever bugger fight. Could I Nightmare my way to victory here? Nightmare Grand Finale? I don't think so. There's no retain here currently. I think it's very important to make my way down to well-laid plans. I need well-laid plans to ruin your day, so Nightmare is not my option here. Maybe get rid of the backstab for now. Because this should, especially with the burst, this already brutalizes you. Nightmare solves next turn, yeah, but I need to solve the whole fight, and that's solved by setting up well-laid plans, possibly after image. Nightmare backstab could be good, yeah, for this turn, and then where are those backstabs when I need them? We don't have enough draw to cleanly get through all of this. Do you need burst? I want burst. That's probably not a good enough reason, but I'm thinking about bursting leg suit to maintain weakness on him. Let's see where this goes. Well, there's footwork, there's well-laid plans, and there's bullet time. That's pretty good. So I can set up everything. And I can even play Flying Knee to get extra energy for next turn. And maybe I could save Burst Blade Dance for next turn. Lay plans, energy next turn, please. Get my fancy footwork going. Can't hold on to this, so away it goes. Well, I could. Absolutely could. Looks like a hold on to Burst Blade Dance moment. I'll play this to try and get some of that pen nibbing stuff back. But yeah, let's hold on to this. This will solve any turn. There's also the burst backflip. There's the burst leg sweep I was talking about to maintain the weakness. That's pretty huge. Can I after image burst leg sweep and still... No, I don't think I can. But I do want to burst that leg sweep and keep you weakened this entire combat. Ah, I could... I probably could have after-imaged there and been fine then. Should have run the numbers. I want that, but I don't want to take damage if I can avoid it. Next turn looks a little grim. I could draw quite a bit with double backflip. But I can't play anything. The potion is garbage, I'll give you that. But I might not be in a situation where I could really play my Alchemize. Actually, I can probably accuracy Blade Dance for next turn with a few problems. Not no problems, but few problems. Yeah, I want my after image down. Let's do this. Donk. And he comes with that. And yeah, I'm thinking accuracy Blade Dance. Ooh, Slice is here as well. Slice is nice. How about a Eviscerate? Thank you, Pen Nib. Let's keep working on our Pen Nibs. Could hold on to a Shiv. It's not insignificant damage for next turn. Sure. Scary fight, by the way. I know everything looks fine, right? But it's a scary fight. I should have played the Piercing Well. Don't want to see that again in this fight. Cue us seeing it again this fight. Fortunately, Bullet Time is here. Unfortunately, I can't play Bullet Time and draw with Backflip because I haven't upgraded Bullet Time. I was hoping to find energy. Haven't found energy. Dum 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 dum. Should have gotten rid of that Piercing Will. Could have had something better like Blade Dance. Do we Backflip or do we Bullet Time? Bullet Time achieves quite a bit. I mean, what do? I drop him by 25, 30 something, and I can also defend Piercing. I think Bullet Time actually keeps us safe here. Also lets me Alchemize. Sure. Let's see where we go with this. Nice. Nice backflip. 2 more turns of immense transient pain, but fortunately, Grand Finale is here first, but also we have other options. Could I get away with just regular Blade Dancing you? You're weakened, which confounds calculations here. I'd like to hold on to the burst. Maybe just burst the regular Blade Dance, hold on to the other Blade Dance for next turn. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 of them. Yeah, nowhere near enough. That's fine though. I would quite like to keep the Pen Nib for next turn. And yeah, we're not holding on to Grand Finale. Ravioli, ravioli. We don't even have the draw for Grand Finale. Got the Pen Nib for you though. I could even Nightmare this freaking thing. It's not worth it, but I could. Is it not worth it? At least Nightmare itself would go away. What's next turn look like? Pretty bad. But if I held on to Blade Dance and one of my Nightmare dramatic entrances, or we just Nightmare the Blade Dance and then we hold 2 Blade Dances for next turn. Next turn's the... Wait, are we on the final turn here? Oh, we've won. Okay, that makes life easier. That makes life a lot easier. Get out of here. Just set up our everything as best we can. I'll take the extra Nunchaku over the Pen Nibbing. Is that true? I mean, Pen Nib destroys turn 1, but I like the extra energy turn 1. Alright, great. Nice talking to you, Transient. Now go away. Whew, scary fight. Good gold, no draw. Yeah, there's this, but, you know, it's not upgraded. There is this. Yeah, go on then. I'm feeling so short on energy. Please have something like an adrenaline for me. It's not adrenaline. It's not really anything. Now, I know I've got a pretty damn good win rate with that medical kit, but medical kit doesn't play. We don't give ourselves statuses, and we're not going to get enough for me to care about that. Yeah, the upgrade deficit continues to grow, I'm well aware. Tactician is only good turn 1, yeah, and we can't exactly bottle it. And it's still just Tactician minus. We are in a huge upgrade deficit right now. I'm almost tempted by the event that upgrades all cards but prevents you from healing. It's looking like getting rid of Grand Finale. That card blows, and there's nothing else good to spend my money on. Or a Calcum wouldn't really play ever. Tactician plus Tools? True enough. These two together would work. But Tools of Trade has to come first. It's another energy that I can't really spare to spend on this card. Heart will give us statuses. I am aware. I am well aware. But then what good is it playing Medical Kit to get rid of them? Medical Kit is great because of exhaust synergies. If I don't have any of those, I'm not interested. Oh man, we are so close to being strong. We just need some more draw and discard, but we have neither. You know, one upgraded backflip. I'm a bit worried right now. Haha, yourself. Tools of the Trade and Tactician just bogs my deck down something fierce. Although I do appreciate the draw and discard. Yeah, what about tools only? I'm considering that. It's just... I don't want to die rich. There is still an opportunity to go shopping later on, which I might take. Still desperately hunting for better things, and that could be it there. Let's face it, Grand Finale's never getting played. It needs to go. And I think we just move on with sadness. What about that? Tools, though? Nah. Now, what if the next shop has Dead Branch, and then everything's fine? Yeah, believe in that. Believe in the Dead Branch in this shop. It's a rare relic, so we should keep rare relic money, which is 347 to be safe. Let's keep going. Nemesis. Stars. Hey, Eviscerate plays on turn 1. That's pretty cool. Buy knee, buy defend, buy... Oh, well, no, Piercing Will blocks me this turn, which is quite nice. I could use both of my potions and burst the Alchemize for a laugh. Or we could not. And just maximize damage on turn 1. We get extra energy, which is nice. Might potentially get nothing to burst, though. Whereas Alchemize can always be bursted. Also gets to draw even more cards if I use my potions here. I'm willing to play around. Well, no, I want one more discard so Eviscerate can do its thing. I don't particularly want to get rid of my front-loaded damage here. Nemesis needs to die immediately. Terror Fishing could be worth it. Could well be worth it. Alright, Alchemize, I'll potentially be back for you. That didn't work out so well. It really didn't work out so well. Guess we just retain the burst. Which actually isn't too bad, provided we can retain it into his tangible turn. So hopefully that happens. I could potentially use Swift Potion, though. I'm not completely attached to that potion. And ending this fight quickly and decisively is a pretty big deal. So what I could do is just weaken him. Get our Eviscerate down as well. Ratata. And then contemplate the draw. What am I looking for in the draw anyway? Blade Dance. Okay, just burst the Blade Dance and kill him. He would probably die pretty hard. Especially if Accuracy or the other Blade Dance or Terror were to come with that. Let's take a gamble. Accuracy, but not the Blade Dance. He doesn't die to something stupid like Nightmare Dramatic Entrance, does he? Something stupid, he says. What if I burst Nightmare Dramatic Entrance? Then I don't have the space for them, do I? You're close to Pen Nib, yeah, that's true. So it adds 3 of that card. If Nightmare is gone, then it takes up 9/0 in this one's slot. But because one of them's Pen Nib, that's essentially adding 4 of them. So we end up with 5 of this, 50. Yeah, we can just Nightmare Dramatic Entrance and kill him. Sadly, we don't get Hand of Greed, but let's not get too greedy here. Choose a card. Oh, it's next turn. Ah, right. I did completely forget that. I thought you just get them right now. I was mistaking it for dual wield. Alright, thanks for that. Okay, so we just need to survive 1 turn and then Blade Dance him to death, because we've got accuracy here. So if we just pierce his Wailing, lay some nice plans down, dramatic his entrance. That's close. That is annoyingly close. But it can't be done. Still might be worth playing, actually, because it means that I could kill him with Slice, Blade Dance, which is probably worth considering. Sure, and I already do retain things. Alright, fine. So I just need to survive next turn and we're fine. Could have burst Hand of Greed. No, burst has to be on a skill. Oh well, we survive anyway, don't we? That's fine then. Fancy Footwork. Terrorize the Fool. Not that it really makes any difference. Is there any bum draw here? Defend, Survivor. After image bullet time is a bum draw. So hold on to the Slice to guarantee he dies next turn. Sure. Kind of a shame I don't alchemize or get Hand of Greed here. Could I defend hard enough? 7, 7, 10. It's 24. I can burst a couple of... Well, no, not really. Not with this kind of energy. I think we just kill him then. That's a bit sad, but oh well. Yeah, a bit sad. Brunk. Lose a lot of setup, lose a potion. Oh, we get a potion. Also a relic that does nothing, because we don't play with poison. Footwork or Blade Dance? Do I want a second Footwork? I think it wouldn't go amiss. If my blocks are really blocky, I can hold out a lot longer. And I quite like powers in general, since we seem to be struggling to scale up. It's not another Blade Dance. I'd rather just play the Blade Dances that I currently have more often. The upgrade deficit is insane, but I also need to recall. Upgrade targets currently are bullet time for sure, so that I can backflip bullet time. But what if I recall anyway? There we go. Peace of mind. Piece of something else. Alright, fortunately there's no spikers here. Unfortunately, although I'd love to kill the Spherical Guardian, there's a lot of pain coming my way. I want that Alchemize. I want, like, everything I have here. Dramatic Entrance and Backstabs 31 damage, which kills you but not you. Yeah. So if we just Dramatic Entrance and then find just some other way to deal damage, surely all is well. Of course, we could always just block. Blocking is good too. 75 gold, is that what you see? Funny that. Ah, Piercing Will. Piercing Will helps. Pen nibbing this is out of the question, sadly. But extra energy is not out of the question. Yeah, I'm not hanging around here for 75 gold. The Exploder needs to die. The Repulsor I could honestly keep alive. That wouldn't be a big deal. So I could leg sweep you. And then Blade Dance away the Exploder and make a chipping on the Spherical Guardian. Or I could just kill the Spheric Guardian. I hate that thing. I do absolutely hate that thing. Yeah, do me a favor and be dead, please. Yeah, here's a thought. We go for Hand of Greed on the Exploder. And then we hold out Hand of Greed Repulsor. There's going to be some holding out at this rate. Backflip? That's not what I'm looking for. None of this is what I'm looking for. Kalos Potion could be draw. I certainly don't want it. Deep Breath is bad to draw. Yeah, because it shuffles everything back in, whereas what I need is the Hand of Greed from here. Well, let's just have this not be around. Not that it does terribly much. Yeah, it really doesn't do terribly much. Bit of a shame. I guess we just alchemize for whatever. Block Potion is fine. And then we just hope that we can draw what we're looking for next turn, right? I struggle to think of what else I'm doing around here. I just get these cards out of my face. Be ready to kill if we can't. Be ready to block. Yeah. Come on, Hand of Greed, don't let me down. The Exploder explodes this turn, which is why I wanted to get it, but I'm not getting it. Oh well. So we just kill the thing, and then we Hand of Greed the final dude. With our pen nib completely not in the right place. Fair enough. It's not coming. It's alright, Hand of Greed is right there for me. It's right there for me. What the hell? How does this happen? Is this bad enough to potion for? Am I going to potion for 25 gold? 40% potion chance right now. I'm not taking that damage. Yeah, nice retain. I should have considered retaining some block, shouldn't I? Blade Dance and Pot does it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And I'd probably Footwork and Pot. I want the gold, right? The shop could be amazing, but the shop is also a little bit further away, and that block potion could save me quite a bit. Nah. Be greedy. There we go. Jeez. Took your time. Ah, potion. Calc Gamble. It's yet another card that needs upgraded, but it's a lot of drawing down the deck. It's a ton of discard, which currently only synergizes with the Eviscerate, sadly. Finisher does a butt-ton of damage after all my shiving. But the thing is, that solves a problem that we've already got solved. We can deal damage. Finisher just slows us down. Calculated Gamble speeds us up in many ways. It also has the kindness to get out of my deck once it's played, although we can keep it around with an upgrade. But as I've mentioned before, we are upgrade deficit. Doesn't play very well with bullet time, of course. Plays very badly with bullet time. But who knows, maybe tough bandages are waiting around the corner for us. I'll take a chance on it. Ooh, that's very, very good. Turn 1 vulnerable. Suddenly I would quite like to fight this elite, but I really want to go shopping, so we take this path. Could take on 2 elites, but the shop is, with this much gold, very valuable. Hello, Maw. Hello, very vulnerable Maw, who isn't attacking me and is about to feel a lot of pain. I don't even need the terror, frankly. We just go for a very brutal turn 1. Although, I'm gonna get rid of it. Not sure if that was the right idea, but it's what we're doing. Smack, smack, smack. Don't need the after image down, so I'm not pushing it, but I would like well-laid plans down. I could just hold on to Blade Dance, but I like the vulnerable damage right here, and it gives me the energy to after image anyway. And I'll hold Neutralize for next turn. Sure. Ah, he's that kind of maw. The deal 30 maw, my favourite. I like it when he's not doing that. And I think I'm going to like bursting leg sweep as well. Although I'd like to burst that Alchemize. We notably lack a hell of a lot of energy. Taking Eviscerate because I'm deluding myself into thinking that we draw bullet time this turn, which we do. Always knew we would. But I didn't upgrade bullet time, so I can't backflip bullet time, and then I feel very sad. Should have played the regen potion, actually. Not really excited about it. Maybe just heal the 5 and get out of here. But at this rate, I don't think I'm getting out of here as much as I would like to claim. It's looking a bit grim. Because the Moss scales up pretty dramatically. He gets his strength plus 5, and if he does the 5 by whatever, you're in for a bad time. You could hold on to them for the next turn. Nightmare is something for free. That is true. I like the idea of Nightmare for free. Could even Nightmare Alchemize and chew my way through potions. I crack this open right now. And then, what are we holding on to? It's probably a good idea to hold on to some block. Because, yeah, he's definitely hitting me next turn, and I'm certainly not blocking. I tell you, Piercing Wail could help out a lot in that regard. So, Bullet Time Piercing Wail for holding on to. I want one of those other nice cards. I could just smack you with a Hand of Greed, or I could get my Alchemize down. Okay, attack potion's fine enough. Hope this doesn't backfire. Ah, it backfired. He's going for the big hit, and I don't have much of an answer to that. I suppose I can spam lots of cards. Spamming cards is good. And that's what I'm going to have to do here. Oh well. If I Nightmare the Blade Dance for next turn, I'll have tons of attacks. Ow. That's what the regen pot is for. It can still heal 6, which is quite a bit of healing. That's a very, very dead-looking maw, though. Like, super dead. I think we just terrorize Shiv. 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 Or maybe Flying Knee so we have the energy for next turn. Keep on shiving. Maybe not, that kills. Kills too hard. He's going to hit me again next turn. I think I just have to shiv him next turn. Pen, Nib, and Nunchaku are never going to be synergized at this rate. Oh, well, would you look at that? I'm looking at a big fat pile of money. Oh, Entropot. Another Piercing Wail. No, I don't think so. Deck is pretty all over the place as it is. Then again, really good for those multi-hits that Time Eater does, and Time Eater's coming up. Good for retain, good for me. Let's take the elite, take the shop. Take the world back. No, not you again! Thought we'd been over this transient. I'm just not that into you. Defense is bad, non-defense is good. Maybe save a backstab for later. Oh, we could count gamble, but that seems stupid. But I would like to set up is the thing. Could actually like backstab and dramatic entrance, and then calculated gamble. With Enderpot, you can't even feel bad about using Cultist Potion on Time Eater. Yeah, with 20% potion chance, I don't see a lot of potions coming my way, but I mean, what could this be? We already faced Nemesis, so it's Giant Head or it's Repto. Pretty ready for Repto. Front loading. I'm just thinking about how the potions line up. If it's Giant Head, I'd consider the Cultist Potion. But Giant Head's really weak to spamming things anyway. It's just Cultist Potion is probably going to be used on Time Eater, and then hopefully I can save the Enterpot for having 2 pots into the next one. Means that Alchemize doesn't really play, so I should have discarded it. Anyway, glad I thought all that out. I have no retain. I really want to dig deeper into my deck. I think I'm going to. You're not going to hurt me. Woo! Well, there's accuracy and afterimage. And I have no retain, so just start kicking the guy in the face. Well, there's my well-laid plans. And we've got accuracy down, so the Blade Dance plays, and it gives me extra energy as well. Could be burst. It's not, but oh, it's terror, though. Terror is good. There's the extra energy, because I need well-laid plans down. And we're never Hand of Greeting this guy, so... I don't think I need footwork. Seems like blocking's not something I'll do in this fight. So I could just hold on to those 2 shivs. So much thinking involved in a transient fight with a deck like this. I don't play this game to think. I'm not sure what I play it for, but it's not to think. Bursting leg sweep's not terrible. I like keeping this guy weakened forever. Maintain you, and this is pretty garbage, but if I retain one of them, they'll get reshuffled into the everything. I'll hold on to Eviscerate in the chance that we get bullet time. The backfoot mod never ceases to amuse me. I haven't checked to see if it works on the other characters yet. Hey, what did I say? Just in case we end up with bullet time. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I said. Lovely. Ratata. Extra energy next turn as well, please. The mighty Shiv is set up. Nothing else to worry about. I don't want to see this card again. Fantastic. Unless you're telling me we draw something that does even more damage. Frankly, I'm not seeing it. I've got something that does more block. What an unwieldy deck. Really, really is. Is that a burst? Thank God for that. Phew, not enough. Okay, that's unfortunate that we have to take damage here. Oh well. Bye-bye. Even weakened, bang, he does so much damage. Another piercing wheel? I don't think so. I need some of that health back. I'm looking at the Caltrops, but I don't think that's our way forward. We deal damage. We don't passively rub damaging salt into our enemy's eyes. Alright, it is Repto, and I said we got Dramatic Entrance for this. Dramatic Entrance kills off those daggers, which should be a turn 2 threat. I think adding the second footwork was a foolish idea. Would like the extra energy on turn 2, but what about just getting better set up on turn 1? Which even means getting rid of Blade Dance. I'd like the retain on the Piercing Wheel, but we have another Piercing Wheel. Yeah, let's get set up. Well-laid plans is good setup. Dramatic Entrance is just what I need here. Blip. And now for you. Guess we get just raw damage done. Stab you, stab you. Stab, 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 stab. Well, that's my kind of Repto fight. Do we gamble on the Enterpot? The Enterpot is 2 potions. Last gamble we'll ever do on that potion. No, I don't think so. We can retain 2 cards. Well, I think it's pretty obvious what 2 cards those will be. Is this obvious? I don't know about that. 50 damage, you say? I like 50 damage. Can I do better than that? Yeah, because I can advance the nunchaku. So it's actually better to do the slice damage. Washang. And it's actually even better to bullet time, play Eviscerate, and then Hand of Greed. Yes, I'm not convincing myself of foolishness here, I don't think. Yeah, because I want to get that nunchaku back up where it belongs. Thunk, thanks for the money, Repto. This shop had better be so bloody good. Oh, we did get a potion. And it's none of this. Boy, the card rewards in Act 3 have been sublime. Emphasis on sub. What were the targets we were looking for here? Bullet time. I'm sick of not being able to play bullet time with backflip. I guess. I think you've won. I don't. I think this deck has a lot of holes in it. Alright, shopping time. 584 gold. What do you have? At the very last minute, switch to a poison build. Ornithopter is healing. I think we just buy the shop out. With this kind of money, we can buy all 3 of these relics and still have money left over. Is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. Yeah, we can buy all 3 relics. The artifact's very nice for not being vulnerable by the heart. Also blocks drawdown once. An additional well-laid plans allows us to retain an enormous hand, which would make bullet time suddenly immensely good. I think we buy well-laid plans and we upgrade well-laid plans. And then our victory condition is just massive bullet-timed hands. Yeah, I'm convinced. I want that artifact. Is there anything to remove in this deck? The defends aren't even that bad with all the footworks. So do we rather have 7 hit points or probably a lot more than 7 hit points? Probably a lot more than 7 hit points. Remove bullet. Yeah, remove the core strategy. You haven't played Nightmare once. I don't think that's true, but it might be true. Yeah, I think it's Toy Ornithopter. Could actually remove Hand of Greed at this point. But I won't. It might give me enough money to just get into Relic Threshold for Act 4. Alright, here's hoping. Final upgrade, upgrade the other well-laid plans. And now we can enjoy 9 card hands, which is pretty important for not dying. Alright, well, where's that Piercing Will? There's that Piercing Will. There's Terror as well. Accuracy is already here. It's honestly not bad of a turn 1. Jesus, do I even want to get rid of anything? This is well-laid plans, Piercing Whale, Accuracy. Play my attacks, my innate attacks, and then hold on to, like, I don't know, backflip accuracy. Yeah, so I don't even want to discard anything. Crazy. I'm probably playing Ritual Potion, though. Cultist Potion. Yeah, this fight could get ugly if I don't do this. Is that true? What about the other fights? Donudeka? Yeah, they're nowhere near the threat that Time Eater is. Time Eater with his time shenanigans. Alright, what you got on you? I like that block potion. If I get the opportunity to burst my adrenaline, I'll play both of these and we'll try and fish for Fairy or Ghost in a Jar. Anyway, Piercing. Can always make more potions. We absolutely can. Well-laid plans is a pretty must-have. I'm curious about that Terror. Do I actually think Terror is a must-have over either blocking this hand or getting my accuracy down? I can always retain something here. I want the damage, though. Well, that block is nice. That block is very nice. Oh, the energy, of course. I can play even more. I think we retain the backflip then. get this done. Okay, there we go. Not a bad start. No panties to heal up 25 from the bosses here, so I've got to play gingerly. I do want that after image. Nightmaring the after image is a consideration, but Time Eater attacks almost every turn, except for when he ripples. Could burst the leg sweep, keep him weakened forever. Can't after image burst the leg sweep because I'm pathetically weak. But I can retain the after image. Bursting the leg sweep gets me where I need to be anyway. The problem is I only have 2 card plays next turn, so I have to hope that he's not attacking me, or we use the block potion. Both acceptable, but I need to keep him weakened right now. Could always Calc Gamble, and if we Calc Gamble into Slice, or Neutralize, which are 2 hits when we hit for 4 times, that's not a good enough risk, is it? No, thank you, Dio. We get stronger every turn, right? Well, at least we didn't get drawdowned, but he's not attacking, so it would have been fine. Well, after image is going down. Won't be nightmared. Nothing gets nightmared at this rate. And then I can play 1 card. Uno. But I have to play it. I think it's just hand agreed for damage. I was hoping well-laid plans would be here a little earlier. He might multi-attack, so I'll keep the Piercing Will for that. Hey Jake, I just wanted to say sorry. I did not partake in the last Dom stream. Don't worry about that. My goddess Abaddon. Twitch did not let me load the chat for a few days. Oh, that's grim. Not as grim as facing 11/3, though. Don't worry, Abaddon. You did a whole lot for us, and that's all we could ask for. There's no bursting this Piercing Wheel right now. I need that well-laid plans down yesterday, though. Well-laid Piercing Whale, and I guess I can backflip. Blocks 8, so I'll only be taking 2, and then I can retain whatever I want. Probably that bullet time. And I've got to remember, we retain 4 cards now. It's very important not to forget that. I can have a nice, big, juicy, bullet-timed hand. Unfortunately, the next hand isn't great for bullet timing, but I can Nightmare a 0-cost card. I could Nightmare Alchemize and drown this guy in potions whilst healing up, which is pretty badass. Alright, come with me, come with me, come with me, come with me for more energy. It's a brilliant card, well-laid plans. Bullet time is here. You know what isn't here? Nightmare. And of course, we don't know how to draw. I wanted that. I wanted that nightmared bullet time. Instead, we get garbage. What do I do then? I can still retain the bullet time with the nightmare for next turn. That can be done. Here, for example, I can footwork, defend, survivor already gets most of the way through. But it could be a really nasty time warp on me for the whole nightmare idea. Because I want to bullet time and play hand next turn if I can. So what does next turn look like? Bullet time, Nightmare the Alchemize. That's 1, 2, 3 cards. Probably play the Alchemize, that's 4. Yeah, actually, I should be able to do all right here. If I just like footwork, survivor, flying knee. Don't need the flying knee, but maybe I want it. Sorry, Slice, I don't think it's your time to shine here. And then just defend alone takes care of things. And I have 6 card plays for next turn. It's got to be okay, right? Don't want to waste my time neutralizing. There we go, there's the bullet time nightmare. No draw to be had, so just do it. Nightmare the Alchemize and drown him in potions, I guess so. I like the healing, and those don't cost valuable turn things. Like the idea of leg sweep being available for me at any point. Guess I just play this one for now. Weak potion. I probably do that after he does his foolish. Block potioning this turn is not out of the question, but probably leg sweep takes care of that. Sure, keep him weakened, and I have 2 cards that I can play. Probably Flying Knee for more energy next turn, plus Eviscerate. I mean, Eviscerate's just very, very chunky damage. Holy smokes, I'm strong. If I think I'm that strong, why don't I just defend? If I really don't think... Well, probably because I have tons of healing by way of potion. The way the draw looks for next turn, can I even use extra energy? Hard to say. Still contemplating. I think I can get away with fewer points of damage here. My hand is full. Wait, why are they not nightmare costed? Oh, I have been bamboozled. I thought when you nightmare something at 0 cost, it says 0 cost, but I guess only in certain circumstances. Oh, that sucks. And now my block potion doesn't even block properly. I suppose I could keep the alchemized for later, but... not happy about that. If I calc gamble this garbage away, this is my exact draw. Is that okay? It doesn't work with bullet, but it does with setup. So I guess it only works with things that are 0 cost until played. I got 6 strength, accuracy on 4 and wrist blade. The blade dances are going to hurt him pretty badly. I could burst a blade dance next turn and do disastrous things to him. At least bring him down to foolish range. And then we can use the alchemized later. On the other hand, it's healing right now. I like healing right now. I don't think I'll need the weak pot. Let's see what we can get here. Liquid Memories is pretty damn good. I want the extra energy next turn. Because I'm going to retain. Maybe just do nothing, right? Because next turn... There is the idea to force him into foolish as well. Don't know about that. How much damage these things do again? They do 4. I'm not weakened, so yeah, 4, 8, 6. So 14, huh? Yeah, 14 times 3 isn't quite enough to bring him down to foolish range. I need to bring him down to 240, right? Yeah, so I need to do about 50 damage. Sorry for the off-topic question, says Randomizer. Got a Dom 6 named Itch that needs some scratching. Which key do you press to show the key layouts in battles when smithing? Question mark. Whenever you're in almost any part of Dominions, press question mark, and it'll show you all the hotkeys available at that moment. Almost all of them. I swear it's missed some in the past. I can see that burst working out for me in the future. Let's just calculate our gamble. I don't quite have enough juice to get the Nunchaku up, do I? I can do some pretty beastly things to him here if I neutralize Blade Dance. Ah, actually he is in foolish range. So the question is, do I go for the kill? The answer is probably no. Just let him do his foolishness. Yeah, and then I retain the terror and hopefully smash his brains in after that. Probably don't mind him stealing my turn next turn if all he's doing is foolish, and then I can be better set up. So I'll try and play 3 cards next turn. Shouldn't be difficult with 3 energy. Retain the burst. I don't want slime shuffled back in. Keep the backflip. Keep the defend. And then all the debuffs he gave me isn't a problem. Don't terrorize him. He's going to clear that. Terrorize him next turn. But do play three things. Do I play that Alchemize? That block potion could really block for me. Maybe save the Alchemize for next turn, because we might manage to get ourselves bullet time, especially with backflip here. So I probably play Slime, Slice. Because Slice increments are things, so I have extra energy for next turn, and then just defend. He goes, Nyaha, I'm very clever. Then I keep Terror, Burst, Backflip, Alchemize. Then we draw 5 cards in addition to this and hopefully slay the beast. But I wanted a lot of freedom in this turn. Yeah, I know, foolish, etc. Clears his debuffs, I can give him Terror. Might struggle on giving him much else. That block potion is getting utilized. Interestingly, I can burst Alchemize, but I could also just Alchemize. I can burst Leg Sweep, which seems like a clever thing to do here. He's gonna head smash me for drawdown, but we have enough retain to not worry about that. In an ideal world, I'd destroy him with my bullet time, but it's that freaking time warp. It's so hard to deal with. Bursting the leg sweep still very, very tempting. But I want that terror down. I need that terror down. What if I just terror leg sweep? It shouldn't be too bad to block him like that. And then I can even hold on to, well, frankly, a lot of this. Burst, Alchemize, Alchemize, Backflip. Drawdown's not too bad. Because with 10 by 3, I'm all out of my Screeching Whales, but I have 10 cards that I can play here. And on top of that, I can Liquid Memories for something here, or I could just Alchemize like a boss. Yeah, my draw game is pretty good. I still think he's very dead. I'm just trying to maximize the juice that I get out of my potions here. Probably just bring back the leg sweep. And then we have other ways to block, right? I could leg sweep him, then I can backflip and bullet time. Backflip's going to draw some stuff. Yeah, big surprise, I know. That's the in-depth conclusions you watch this for. Right, now let's see if we can fish some better potions. That's a bit meh. The Swift Potion's not too shabby. The Energy Potion, I mean, I know I lack both of these things, but it's not the A-lister potions that I'm looking for. So I think we just turf them. And then we hope for better. If we don't get better, it's not that these are bad, I just really want Ghost in the Jar and or Fairy in a Jar. We might get a bum deal like Attack Potion, some other potion. This does... Okay, maybe I shouldn't get greedy. This plays. In fact, they synergize really well, the draw and the energy, so maybe I shouldn't be such a fussy bugger. Yeah, being fussy sounds like a way to get myself killed. Thanks for the energy that I can't really use. Here, have a shiv. Don't worry, I've got more. Guess we just keep the shivs for shiving him to death next turn? Sure. Yeah, shiving to death sounds good. Can we add some evisceration to that mix? $28 is not quite enough, sadly. I was hoping that the pen nib could be preserved. But as it stands, this is just how it goes. Alright, well, he's dead. That's pretty good. We're at full health. That's pretty great. 2 potions. Amazing. I still come out of that fight feeling unsatisfied. Probably because we have to deal with this Joker as well. The Awakened Chump is back. Where the hell's Donu Deka? Haven't seen that pair in ages. This guy will punish me for playing powers. The question is, are the powers worth punishment? Footwork, probably not. After Image and Well-Laid Plans, definitely. No, maybe not definitely on the After Image. Anyway, kind of wish I had that pen nib dramatic entrance right about now. Like sweeping the leg. Maybe pass on the After Image for now? Don't know about that. Because it gives him 2 strength, so this thing needs to block 8 to be worth it. How often does it block 8? Not often enough. I think I'll save that for his transformed form. And we'll just have to make do with fairly standard leg sweeping until then. Which isn't easy on not much energy. So we'll have to advance gingerly. I don't know where the setup's going to be. There's Well-Laid Plans, and that has to be played. So it's Well-Laid Plans leg sweep right now. Sweep the leg, keep him weak. Dramatic Entrance. Bang. God, I love the mileage that we get out of that. And then these guys can just die to shivs, which are surely coming. And get +1 energy. Or I could just retain the neutralize, so that we can get the energy next turn, which is good. Whew. Shivering with anticipation. I feel like I am a bit here. Well, the slice will do what the shivs which don't appear will do, which is murder the cultists. And frankly, neutralize will murder... No, neutralize doesn't quite murder a cultist. That's a shame. Give me options, please. Maybe I should have... there's my Blade Dance. And there's my other Well-Laid Plans. And yes, we are playing both the Well-Laid Plans. It's quite important. Shiving you is also important. Keeping you weak is very important. Now, I can burst neutralize in this fight. It's a question of when and where I'd want to do so. Did I say burst neutralize? Burst alchemize. See, unlike the other Joker, bullet time is not really injured by my actions here. This is a really good bullet time, actually. Because I can burst the Blade Dance and play just about everything else. I can burst the alchemize, actually. We could use this potion if I think it's valuable. Currently, I'm not convinced that it is. I think we need to tear him down without accuracy. But he's also not vulnerable. I think we vulnerable him first and then accuracy on the refight when he transforms. But that's all the more reason to drop up now for the accuracy. For the terror, rather. Might not be there, though. Take a chance. Flying knee is there. That's not really what I was looking for, though. Do we just play the Alchemize as is and keep the energy potion, or do we double fish? I think I'm going to double fish on this one. So I'm going to bullet time... Does that mean I hold off on using alchemy? I don't know, I want my deck more slender. Next turn's draw looks kind of grim for blocking. He never multi-hits twice in a row, at least. On the other hand, Calc Gamble will let us go a little bit deeper. And if I retain garbage, we can draw into better stuff. Okay, enough not making decisions here. Let's actually make some decisions. Bullet time. I got nothing that draws here, so just... Oh, crap. I got rid of my artifact. I can still draw, even though I have nothing with which to draw. Might be a draw potion in here, actually. Yeah, well, I am convinced we should try that. But first and foremost, please don't do what you're doing. That's better. Get the block going, get the evisceration going, because it's a really good pen nib. Oh, that is very nice. You're being played. The Blade Dance will block a little, but not much, so it's a question, do I want a Piercing Wail again? I don't know about that. See, this thing's going to give me 8 blocks, so probably not. Especially if I burst it. The Blade Dance, if I do it now, it doesn't get all of its... Oh, I should have burst the Piercing Wheel. That was the move I missed. I quite like the idea of bursting Alchemized down the line, but I'm going to dig twice right now. Well, the Swift Potion came back at least. Alright, what you got? Loads of shivs. Good. I wanted that. And now Pennib is set up, God knows what for. Awkward fights, I know. So I'm going to Terror now and worry later. Sounds good. Thanks, Terror. Leg sweep? No, but burst backflip's pretty good. Yeah, burst backflip's pretty damn good. Keep on spinning there, Silent. Oh, Pennib Eviscerate. What did I do to deserve this? Could I just knock you out now? Almost, but not quite. That's fine, though. We get it done next turn. Let's take 9 points of damage. Hold on to everything. And the fight looks like it's in a good position. A very good position, because I've got After Image and Accuracy that I can play here and put this guy out of his freaking misery. And make no mistake, his misery is pretty freaking. All these shivs will do everything, and then we just After Image and other stuff. Alternatively, knee him in the face. Yeah, I like kneeing people in the face. Now I can play my powers, and now I can hold on to this. I know, Nightmare After Image, but I don't think it's needed here. Because he transforms, and now I can play things like Footwork and Leg Sweep, and oh, hello, Bullet Time. Hey, I can Nightmare Bullet Time. I'm gonna fall for that one again. Although, what about that in the Footwork? We might go for the multi-hit next turn, in which case the Piercing Wheel will debilitate him. There was also the idea that I probably should have Piercing Wheel set up to 0 his attack, but that's for chumps. Just hate having leftover energy from doing bullet time things, but I have no draw unless we count this potion. And I want to hold on to that potion right now. Alright, playing powers is good. I was thinking about nightmaring that, but I thought against it. Do I want to nightmare any of this stuff for next turn? Knowing that it doesn't come in at 0 cost is kind of crippling for the leg sweep. What if I have more piercing whales? This fight can go a little ugly without more of those. Quite like that idea. Sweep the leg, and now we should be pretty darn good because we have After Imaging. Alright, very good. We get these, we get 3 additional cards, and our 5-card draw. He's not going for the multi-hit, though. Oh, he's clever. He's perhaps a little too clever. I, on the other hand, have a lot of ways to block. The Blade Dance is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's good enough for me. Shonk, shonk, shonk. Hold on to Bullet Time, Piercing Whale, Survivor, Defend. Piercing Whale. And just in case he decides to go multi... He just doesn't want to multi-attack today. What a guy. Those voids are devastating because of my 3 energy, though. Nightmare Accuracy would be fun? Yeah, it's what everybody always thinks of, right? Am I still bullet timing this? The idea of bursting my Blade Dance... Oh, actually, I think I need to keep the bullet time for the void draw next turn, which may or may not happen. So what do we do to this guy? Well, my defends are pretty defendy, but Survivor is pretty good as well. Looks like we have too many of those things. That's good enough for me. Alright, so the knee kick will dispel the void, and I didn't get my Blade Dance, naturally. But he's coming in hard now. So now I think it's Burst Piercing Whale. Unless I want to bullet time that. I really want to keep him weakened as a thing. Hang on. We had this set up so that I can backflip bullet time, but if I backflip, there's a very high chance of voiding, which will make me unable to bullet time. And I don't have 2 0-cost attacks to get Nunchaku energy. However, if I backflip into Blade Dance Void, then I could Blade Dance to get the energy back. That's already too much thinking, though. Let's not do any of that. Let's instead bullet our time, burst our stuff, leg that sweep. And then we don't even need to Piercing Wail here, which is lovely. Instead, I can just eviscerate this fool. Keep him neutralized forever. I'd love to pen of that eviscerate, but yeah. And then life is good. I swear he's weaker in his change form. I knew I was right to keep the Piercing Wail, and Sundial handles the void nicely. Actually, yeah, okay. I was trying to think of a way to Sundial to help my previous draw, but maybe not. What's happening here, though? I need to do something about what you're doing to me, which is nasty stuff. Caca. Sure. I mean, in the end, this guy does need to die. I could even turn him into money, actually. I like the idea of turning him into money. Bullet time? Oh, it's always there for me. And this time we can, once again, backflip bullet time. As I set up my everything for. Okay, very good. Sure. Pen nib this thing, ratata, and then hopefully I can Hand of Greed this guy to death. Make space, lay waste. Whew! And that sets up Nunchaku. It does not set up Sundial, but I'm okay with that. What an effort! Jesus, that was a lot of work for the Act 3 bosses. But the work paid off. We came out with 2 potions. One of them's good, the other one's okay. Full health, and feeling kind of good. Maybe I'm stronger than I thought. The game seems to agree, giving me 2277 score. Score is based on your performance, things like killing elites, taking no damage in fights, being filthy rich. I don't know the exact breakdown. Resting be a waste. Now, of our many upgrade deficits, what are we looking at? Just realized the awakened one is a bird. Yeah, it's a cultist that's been stabbed with a ritual dagger. You can see it protruding out of its chest. There's the other Blade Dance to become Blade Dance Plus. There is Nightmare to be playable. Nightmare hasn't done a lot for me this run. Nightmaring the after image is a considerable goal for the heart. It is a large part of my block solution. So that might make Nightmare worth upgrading. Yeah. It's painful though, like really painful. And I don't have a ghost to block the first round either. So maybe hoping for that is hoping for too much. Footworker accuracy? I don't see accuracy being the way forward because we're going to be able to terrorize the heart, and between that and the accuracy we should be fine. What I need to do is get rid of the massive damage I'm taking from playing my shivs. The ornamental fan gets rid of 4 of the damage out of the 6 or 9, depending on beat of death level. But I actually think Nightmare Plus with after image is my way forward here. I'll take a chance on that. Pretty big chance to take, though. Still want an out from the shop. Ah, they were here all along. But hang on, the Orrery could have some draw and discard for me. According to my card drop, my rare card chance is high. I don't know if that works on the Orrery or not. It's probably better than a card remove, and it's certainly better than the other nonsense we see here. Here's a thought. If I took the speed potion and I glugged it at the very start, the artifact from Clockwork Souvenir would mean I have 5 dexterity for the whole fight. Which is pretty big. Makes my blocks ultra blocky. On the other hand, buying a potion here seems foolish considering I have potions at the wazoo. think we take the Ori and hope for some not alchemize, adrenaline. I don't even mind concentrate. Maybe I mind it a bit because bullet time is still good for me. I love Ori so much. I could honestly take that speed potion over the ancient potion. I'm going to want that draw potion for the spear and shield though, for turn 2. If we don't get set up, those burns are going to burn me pretty bad. Although you imagine with Gambling Chip, Bag of Preparation, Ring of the Snake, it's not too difficult, but it's still 32 cards to get through. Could be more with what is in the Ori. Alright, I'm taking Ori. Enough talking, just do it. Okay. Oh, I forgot the Ori is going to be max hit points. Okay, that's pretty useful. These are not. These are still not. The hell are the rare cards? The Prepared Plus is actually worth considering. Another backstab? I don't know about that. I'm eyeing up that Prepared Plus. I'm actually eyeing up the additional Blade Dance. With only 2 Blade Dances here, it's a little bit iffy. But the Prepared Plus lets us get down to deck faster. A little bit faster, at least. There's just not a lot of discard synergy, though, so maybe I prefer the Blade Dance Plus. Get that damage going. Turn 1, 10-card draw with a backstab. Nah, it doesn't work that way. You draw your cards. In our case, we draw 9 cards. And it will draw the innates first, and then non-innates. If you have 9 innate cards, you'll draw your 9 innates. If you have 10 innate cards, you will draw all 10. If you have 20 innate cards, you will draw 10 random of those 20 innate cards. Currently with a 9-card draw and only 3 innate cards, adding another innate doesn't work to our benefit, really. I'll take that Blade Dance Plus. But I don't think it's any of this. I don't think it's any of this. Although, nah, not happening. Just burst the one that we have. This thing makes noises. I think you can play Dire Sandstorm on it, if my ears can be trusted. Alright, nothing else to worry about here. That was not a great shop. I mean, we got so much money, but we honestly didn't get that much for it. The well-laid plans and maybe the Clockwork Souvenir are the big hits. But we did get them, and let's make use of them. Rip Nightmare. Nightmare did generously. Would have been a fun way to lose. I'm glad you understand that it would indeed be losing. Alright, can we do the ultimate degeneracy of turn 1 destroying the shield? Spear seems a little bit out of the question, but that shield could die if I can whack 100 damage on it. What about nightmaring the dramatic entrance? That way next turn we have a bunch of them, but he's doing group block for turn 2, which is a pain. I could burst Nightmare Dramatic Entrance, and then we get 6 copies of this. That's about 90 damage. He only does group block 30, so actually there is a real win con right here in our hands. If we have the degenerate capacity to go for it. Burst, Nightmare, Dramatic Entrance. Unfortunately, if I can't kill the Spire Spear on turn 2, it really doesn't help out too much for us. But can that how much damage are we looking at if we do that? Because that's almost all of our energy. We'll have +1 thanks to Nunchaku. It will also pen nib, so it's like adding 7 of these. 70, 100 and something. It's just not quite enough to kill the shield with it. You should be fine with the backstabs. Yeah, for killing the spear, I reckon we got enough. But the shield... They're going to have their shield, their 30 block on turn 2, which was a problem for me. Even with Preserved Insect? Yeah, they're already down to 135 and 93 here. But that means turn 2 is, 6 of these, 2 burns, and then 2 other cards. I could keep the Blade Dance to do some additional damage this turn. Are you counting the Dramatic Entrance on this turn? I think you should have enough. Well, if we die, we die. We also have the Swift Potion if things look really bad. But yeah, I say we burst Nightmare Dramatic Entrance and then lay everything on the Spear. It's 112 to both, plus 2 backstabs. It should be enough. Yeah, it's just they got the 30 block. It is 30, right? Yeah, team block 30. So I need to deal 165 damage. Well, that's not enough, is it? That's not enough to kill the spear. 165. I'm going to actually bring up the calculator. It's a big enough decision to want to calculate. So realistically, by the end of turn 2, we will have done 60... We'll play Dramatic Entrance 8 times. Once now, 6 later, plus 1 for Pen Nib. So it's 16 times 8, which is 128. That will kill the shield, but the spear still lives. If I can add 30 from playing my other stuff, that's 158. And if I Blade Dance on the spear as well, that's plus 8, plus 8, plus 8 for 182, which should kill them all. Alright, I am relatively convinced that with Burst, Nightmare, Dramatic Entrance, Blade Dance, we have them dead. There's also a Letter Opener. Okay, very good. To hell with setup. Terror doesn't play. Don't get excited about it. Alright, so first thing we do is Burst the Nightmare, right? Although the burst would also let me do Blade Dance again, which is pretty hardcore. Pretty hardcore. Let's free up some space first. Yeah, I was counting Pen Nib. I was counting a lot of things there. Burst. Nightmare Entrance. Nightmare Entrance. Dramatic Entrance. And then burst my Blade Dance. And then... Hold on, hold on, hold on. The Pen Nib goes away. No, actually we just get another Pen Nib, don't we? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these and 6 more next turn. 6 and 7 means 2 Pen Nib procs. Alright, that should be fine then. Since we're doing AoE, we should just keep these guys down to essentially the same health. Yeah, shield is dead. Yeah, they better be dead. Well, I like taking no damage. I've never seen a turn like this before. Never, ever, ever, ever. Never seen a turn like you before. The gold does nothing. But it does prolong... Oh, wait, hold on. How much do I care about that Pen Nib value? The Pen Nib value is nothing. The Nunchaku value is far more important for the heart fight. So yeah, I'd rather forgo the nib and gain a little bit closer to extra energy. Because nibbing is not how you kill the heart. Blonk. Impressive fight. Ooh, the anchor plays. Right, we can play 5 cards on turn 1 without feeling the burn. Does Energy Potion beat Artifact Potion? Artifact Potion will stop me being frail against the heart, because we already have Clockwork Souvenir to stop being vulnerable against the heart. That could really help me stay alive. The Energy Potion could let me play more cards. Heal Hook's probably not what I'm looking for. None of this really is. Although, to be fair, Poison could break through Heart's Artifact. Which might be very important. I struggle to deal with Heartifact. Actually, how do I deal with Heart's Artifact? Leg Sweep and Neutralize are the only thing to do that, and they don't do it particularly well. Am I willing to take a Poison Stab just to deal with Artifact? Not yet. Oh, yet? I mean, when would I? Snecko Skull value? Ugh. How has this ever applied poison? I think I lobbed 1 poison potion 1 time. I don't want that poison stab. I want that 2 hit points. The energy potion is the real question, though. How bad is being frail? Given that it's happening on the first cycle, it's pretty miserable. So I might just chug it and not be frail or the other thing. So we'll keep these, is what I'm getting at. Sure. Alright, this is a pretty tough fight. I don't know which way the wind blows on this fight. Alright, on the plus side we get alchemy immediately, so I can replace my artifact potion. If I want to do that, I could always burst it later. I can just play the raw damage. The raw damage works me towards nunchaku value, and we play them essentially for free because of our anchor, which is lovely. The Eviscerate can also play rather nicely. I want to hold on to that Piercing Wail, but that means I want to dig deep. So do I actually forgo these in favor of digging? Because I need to set up fast here. You could Nightmare it later. That's a bit too later. The first cycle is the most deadly, especially for Silent. We're going to be hit for like 60-something on the big hit and then 3 by whatever. So ideally we get the ability to hold on to Piercing Wail. So maybe we Turf Alchemize. I think digging is the answer, right? This isn't set up. You're not set up either. I want to set up so I can retain this Piercing Wail, and I want to find Weaken so that we're not absolutely blasted by the big hit. Sure, it's kind of sad. There's some nice things here, but they've got to go. We digging. Hey, there's well-laid plans, and Calc Gamble for further digging. And I do have another Piercing Wail down here. Alright, well, well-laid plans is a given. But if I well-lay plans, that means we're not holding on to this Piercing Wail. Flying need to set up for next turn? I don't know. I'd rather use the energy that we have right now. If I Calc Gamble, I'm digging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 additional cards. 7 cards. And then with an additional 5-card draw after it, there's still the chance... You know, Backflip can draw another couple, but there's still a chance that we don't get our Shrieking going. I also really, really want to Nightmare that After Image. You have no idea how much. So I actually think we keep digging. Maybe we should play this already. Yeah, we'll wait until the end of the turn, at which point I'll forget. We can also dig even further with Swift Potion. But if I Swift Potion now, we dig even further with Calc Gamble. Well, kind of, but not really. It only draws 2 right now. Can't Gamble first. There's my After Image, there's my Bullet Time. I could save Bullet Time After Image, and then I can Nightmare After Image probably next turn. Or I can Swift Potion and possibly get it right now. I like possibly getting it right now. That's 3 draws out of 9 if we get Nightmare. Bullet Time, Nightmare, After Image, and then Attrition is a thing of the past. I cannot Backflip into this Bullet Time, so I already spent some energy, but I think it's worth doing this. There's not Nightmare, that's Burst. It's a bit of a shame. I think I still Bullet Time and more or less play hand here, though. I want Terror down. I want to get both my footworks down. We hold Neutralize to ensure the Weaken. I could very degenerately burst Nightmare next turn. But what are we holding on to anyway? After Image and Piercing Wail at this rate. Damn, I didn't get the other well-laid plans either. There's a lot I want to play. There is the idea that I could artifact the Bullet Time. Actually, that's what's going to happen if I do Bullet Time. The Backflip will draw. And that's actually bad, kind of. Yeah, I'm going to retain that After Image, but then now I worry about playing Bullet Time. What's the alternative, though? Because I really want to Terror. I guess we only block the Vulnerable then. If only I had an energy... Yeah, if only. If only. This is awkward by not getting the Nightmare here. We had so much digging to get the Nightmare and we don't get it. Think. Use that thing on your head and think. Should play the Footworks, retain Bullet Damage, and After Image. Yeah, the thing is next turn, what do? I Bullet Time. I Nightmare the After Image. I play the After Image. I guess I play Leg Sweep. The Leg Sweep's going to help out a lot. I just wish I could burst that Leg Sweep. You know, a bit more retain would go a long way here, but we didn't get well-laid plans either. But the footworks will help quite a bit in making that leg sweep hit a bit harder. Still want to hold on to that piercing whale as the thing. By the way, you're drawing all the bad stuff. I know. What's a man to do? It's not easy. Not easy to think what to do here. Right, if I bullet time, what am I doing here? Footwork, terror, defend, footwork. Neutralize doesn't really do anything. I just feel like the bullet time isn't a lot of value right now. Whereas if I use it next turn, you know, bullet time, the nightmare, the after. If nightmare bottom decks, by the way, that's extremely bad. But the thing is, I also need the piercing wheel to block the multi-hit. I'm not sure you know. I'm glad you're keeping me on my toes. The alternative is to say, to hell with nightmaring the after image, we can make do without it. Because that opens me up to bullet time and play entire hand. And then we retain piercing whale, and what we do is we nightmare something else like maybe a retained footwork. It's just I really, really want to be block positive on my shiving, because shiving's how we deal damage. If he hits me multi-hit next turn, no big deal, right? Because oh, hold on. He gives me the status effects. Right, this is not our draw next turn. Half of our draw next turn is status effects, including the void. Oh, didn't think about Yonoid, did we? So there's a good chance we don't get nightmare, which makes it even worse. I think we have to abandon the thoughts here. The thoughts of nightmaring after image. Can't see it happening. Or we hold on to nightmare for the redraw of after image, and we instead focus on just being as blocky as we can. So with that in mind, what would we be doing right now? Bursting the back. What does bursting the backflip do for me? Then I can't play bullet time. I draw one of these cards. I block a little bit that I don't need. That doesn't work for us. I'm contemplating bursting a leg sweep next turn, actually. So how about we play hand, but we burst leg sweep if we have the big hit, and we piercing whale leg sweep if we got the small hit. Maybe you don't even need the piercing whale, the leg sweep. Yeah, the status is only next turn's gonna hurt, which is why I want to retain the piercing whale for multi-hit block, and if it's the big hit, we just cry. Crying is fine. Crying is a strategy. Alright, enough talking this through with myself. Let's do it. Boom. Get me my footwork. Get me my other footwork. I don't want to take more damage, so contemplating drawing so I have better things to retain, but there's stuff I want to play there, so no. Don't take damage. Do a little damage. Make sure he's vulnerable forever. Increment my stuff a bit. And then hold on to burst and piercing whale so I can cover my bases. Piercing whale for multi-hit, burst leg sweep for big hit. How bad could it be? We don't play the backflip because we draw stuff that we probably want down the line. And let's not be vulnerable. That's a pretty big deal. Shame about the healing not doing anything. Could also burst alchemize if it ends up going that way, although I can't imagine how. This hasn't been... I mean, we drew through our entire deck, almost. But it just wasn't quite enough. I needed my nightmare and I needed my well-laid plans, and those fell to the bottom. But I got the other well-laid plans, so let's not complain too much. Alright, retain 2. Note that Sundial is not set up. Oh, it's the multi-hit. That's excellent news. Even if I draw the Void, which I do, we just Piercing Whale and laugh. And now we can retain Nightmare. That's quite good. That's really good, actually. And then we're almost guaranteed to draw Leg Sweep next turn, so we can burst the Leg Sweep. That was a miracle. Alright, very good. Do I slice? It's paltry damage, increments things, but I should really not be taking damage if I can avoid it. Ah, it's only 2 damage. No, the big hit could really screw me over. Don't be dumb. So the dream is get that nightmare together with Afterimage. Don't be fooled into nightmaring. Oh, there we go. There's my burst leg sweep. Unfortunately, I can't well-laid plans, but I can hold on to well-laid plans with nightmare. Alternatively, we just leg sweep, but I don't want to take damage if I can avoid it. Yeah. Freaking sweet. Love that massive weakness that it's got now. That gives me time to strip its artifact. Alright, that's pretty wonderful. Life is looking better now. Alright, we got through the most deadly part of the heart cycle. Now to deal with everything else. Hey, Dramatic Entrance is back. Well, we don't nightmare that this time, but we do get... Let's get our well-laid plans down. It's pretty important. Just have this exhaust. We don't need it. And get this out of everybody's face. Hold on to the... Well, hold on to everything, actually. We have the power. The artifact is here. The Burst Nightmare Degeneracy is here. Man, Burst Nightmare Afterimage. Could you imagine? What's concerning is this lack of block. Do I actually Burst Survivor here? Probably. Burst Survivor Flying Knee? Sure. Bye, Burn. Bye, Hand of Greediness. Hello, Energy next turn. Yeah, I'm going to want that Energy next turn. Certainly taking attrition here without my Nightmared Afterimage. Where the hell's my Nightmared Afterimage? Where's my Bursted Alchemize? Maybe I should have saved the burst. Well, I didn't. Oh, hang on. Something wasn't thought through here. How do I get through the artifact? Alchemize, do you have a weak potion, or a vulnerable potion, or a poison potion? Any of those would help out big time now. No, you don't. That'll have to do, though. I can do with the healing. Well, this is embarrassing. I'm just taking that 45. Pretty embarrassing. I should probably give it a little tap to try and work through the artifact. Yeah, otherwise the next multi-hit I still don't have a solution to. It hurts. Blade Dances for the fan block? No, they do me more damage than the fan will block, sadly. In comes the pain. Oh, meat on the bone value. Lovely. Where the heck is that Afterimage Nightmare? I think going for the Afterimage Nightmare is getting me killed here. Just a suspicion. Because once again, we have no draw here. Do I just lay into the guy? I don't have any further piercing wills, though. I'm starting to think this Nightmare Afterimage idea is becoming a debacle. Because even if I go for it now, we don't get it for another turn, and I don't have the block to get me that far. Don't feel like I'm living right now. Looking pretty dead. Oh, I can tell. Even so, I think I don't really play anything. And we bullet time Nightmare. We hold on to bullet time, Nightmare, Piercing Wail. Bullet time, Nightmare, Piercing Wail. Maybe accuracy, or maybe a defend. Yeah. And then surely we can crush his artifact with leg sweep and be ready for his next multi-hit. So we do nothing here. Is that right? I mean, surely I could, like, defend Blade Dance. I gotta get some damage done. I could even defend accuracy. Don't want to do nothing here. The Blade Dance would do some damage for sure, but I would also take damage, and I can't afford to do that right now. Alright, so at least we have strength building up. That's got to be worth something. Sorry, Blade Dances, it's not your time. Uh-oh, multi-hit. Uh-oh, I didn't draw what I needed. Think I'm dead. Yeah, completely dead. I needed a leg sweeper backflip, and we got neither. Oh, that's GG, I think. Can't rip the artifact, can't piercing will, just dead. And there's not enough block here. Wow, that sucked. This whole draw against the heart sucked. We draw through our whole deck and we still can't make our strategy work. I guess the problem was holding out for the Nightmare After Image. On 3 energy, not happening. Ah, man, that blows. Is there really nothing I have here? Yeah, because Burst has been and gone. I don't have potion support. Yeah, it is a hard game, that's for sure. Still disappointed, though. Yeah, tragic draw. Real tragic. Well, what can you do? You can Nightmare the Afterimage, and then you can die if you play Afterimage. Oh, he's got Buddha Death 3, that's part of the problem here. It's just not coming together. So close. And that really was so close. Next turn we're set up. But yeah, just these two being on the bottom cost me there. If we leg sweep, then we strip his artifact and then we shriek. And if we backflip, then we draw into what we need. Although we might have been short on energy for that. Oh well. Hey, I did my best, but my best was not good enough. Bye, Silent. Let's just call it a draw. Imagine if we did that during the weekly one-shots. I was like, well, you know, I didn't succeed, but, you know, we'll call it a draw. Do what Dark Young does with his peak ascents. Yeah, back at 0. The problem with that run was I went all over the place. I should have focused on one thing. And to be fair, playing A20 and going for shivs is an absolute nightmare. There was no poison whatsoever in my deck, and we still killed the Time Eater. Right, I just want to shove that in Dark Young's face. Absolutely can win with shivs. But yeah, the draw order boss got us there. Kind of brutal, right? We did everything we could to draw right the way down our deck, and we still couldn't get what we needed. Ah, absolute brutality. It's fine. 10-10 is a more aesthetically pleasing streak counter. Well, I just don't want them all back to 0 again. Not allowed to risk someone going to 0 if it's the last one. How about that Nightmare that you skipped? Would be pretty difficult considering it was an unupgraded Nightmare. This also highlights how bad Silent is on 3 energy. And what we were offered 1 energy relic, the Cursed Key. And I took Wristblade over it. But yeah, that allowed us to absolutely brutalize our way through Act 2. And Act 3 looked pretty good, sans those fights with the Transient twice. Act 3 is just the most boring act, right? It's got such awful enemy variants. You know, Act 2 has cultist everywhere, but Act 3 just has the same fights again and again, and it's refights like Jawworm again. Anyway, being mopey won't change the fact that that was a complete failure. Well, I'll be back eventually to rectify that, but more importantly, I'll be back tomorrow with the weekly one-shot of some weird game that I only just saw a Let's Play of, well, a little bit of it, and I thought, hey, this looks really stylish. So I just went and grabbed the time for it, and we'll run that. I forget its name, San something or other. But until I am back with that, it is a cheers and a cheerio.